the glue on the screen in order to access the stuff in it.
People, we're live. Hi, everybody.
Yep, we just went live.
Oh, what's up, everyone?
Hello, hello, hello.
You guys are naturals at this.
I just saw the thing said live. I was like, oh, we just went live.
Oh, okay. I didn't even pay attention to it.
How come it doesn't send you?
I got a notification.
Rick, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you, Mr. Halber.
Oh, there we go. Somebody there. Rick Halber. Hello, hello.
Glad you're here, Rick. Rest up, brother.
Is he out of the hospital?
Yeah.
Hello, Joe. Yeah, he's home.
Nice.
Yeah.
JBurd Drone.
Joe, what's up, brother? Dan, what did I fly when you came over? Did I fly the Zino Pro?
No, that was the original Zino, which I'm having problems with right now. The gimbal. Hey, tell me how it's only had 38 flights since I bought it. It was sponsor given to me. Since I got it from the sponsor, I can't say I bought the thing. It's only had 38 flights altogether, and the roller rocker for the gimbal is already given out.
Hey, Jody. What's given out?
The roller rocker for the gimbal.
And
the roller.
That's on the, yeah. That's what they're saying is wrong on mine, too. That's $144.
Yeah, I'm not going to fix it. I just fly it out and hold it down manually. I'm not dealing with I mean, it's such a chinchy transmitter to begin with. I'm afraid if I take it apart, it's just not going to go back together right.
Are they coming out with a Zino 3?
I have no idea what their plans are, man.
And if they do, the Zino 2 Pro.
Well, you have the Zino 2, and then they'll probably have the Zino 2 Pro, and then I don't know what they're going to do after that. I'm assuming they're going to try to follow up the next Mavic Air or the Mavic 3 if they have it. They'll try to do some similar design to that and rip that off.
Joe's saying Zino 2 Plus.
Mavic 3.
What's plus mean? They add more dollar signs to it?
Yeah. I don't know. The guys were talking about it last night, and I had no idea.
Those are the ones you buy from like Banggood, right? The camera drones from Banggood.
Well, I mean,
you can't get them at Best Buy.
Yeah, no, you can't. Hubson's, yeah, they're all going to be Chinese warehouse suppliers, or just ordering straight from Hubson direct. I mean, don't get me wrong, man. I beat Hubson up a lot, but the fact of the matter is they design really cheap drones for people to fly. I get it. I totally get it. My issue with Hubson as a company as a whole is that they're so behind in times with their software upgrades and firmware and how they do things that they're not new age by any means. It's like flying really old tech and just hoping that you get one that functions properly, and that's frustrating to me that that's the case. I feel like they could do so much better with their quality control. You know.
Hello, Gareth.
That was the one that you compared the Mavic Mini to, right, Dan?
What's that?
Is that the one? You said that Mavic Mini was better than that one?
Oh, yeah. The Zino's a piece of junk compared to the Mini. And the Mini's trash, too. The Mini doesn't fly right now. So this is my 11th attempt to take it out in hot weather. It refuses to fly. DJI won't. So this is my... Hey.
Hello, Art.
Art joined us.
DJI refuses to publicly do this with everyone. I've made it very clear that I want to do this publicly and have this resolved so everybody can see how DJI handles it, and they refuse to do it. I have to go through their email department, and I basically told them I'm not interested because you guys don't have a fix for this. Like, there's no fix for this, and you are well aware that there's no fix for this. You know, the heat sink and the thermal paste. What are you going to do? Replace the heat sink and the thermal paste, and a month later, I'm right back to where I started? There's no fix for this. You guys are well aware of that. You're just trying to get me to not be public about it.
What did you do, Joe?
So.
That's the Zino 2 that crashed yesterday.
Oh, no.
When I hit the return to home, it took off on me.
To China, of course.
Went pretty damn hard into the ground. But luckily, I was out in the field,
So that's my other gripe with Hubsan. You guys know that if you followed my channel for a long time. The return to home button just means going back to China.
What did yours do, Joe? Did it like want to go take off far away, or?
Well, it came back towards the. It hovered above the landing pad, and then it took off north, and then I canceled the return to home, and then hit. Well, I canceled it, and then I tried to fly back manually, and then it was making a funny noise, and then it did a flip in midair, and then crashed.
You were in acro mode.
But luckily, I wasn't above any houses or anything. It was out in the field.
So it's not a smart drone, is what you're saying. It's a stupid drone.
Yeah, it's very stupid. It had coronavirus.
It actually did a flip on you.
Yeah, I got a video of it. I'm going to post it later.
Oh, boy.
Man.
Wow.
Can't wait to see that.
That's some nice views.
Yeah, we should show it here, man.
Yeah.
Even the gimbal got destroyed.
Was that the first time you initiated the return to home on that?
No, I've had it for about 2 months.
Oh, okay.
And it's the first time. There was an update yesterday, and then after that, crap.
I keep telling everybody, if your firmware works, don't mess with it with Hubsan products. Don't do anything more than
it's
you have
mandatory.
to. Oh,
it's mandatory on the Zino too.
Well, good. Then it's mandatory that they replace your drone now. How about that?
Well, I've asked them. They said that it's beyond the return policy.
Beyond
What do you mean?
nothing.
What-
If you mandatory
what do you mean
pick
it's
me to it
mandatory?
for a crash. You are.
They automatically do it? The
They
update
only get
automatically
a 7-day return policy.
What?
That's it. If it's working during a 7-day period, that's it. The warranty is not worth the shit.
Do not give up to the power of YouTube, brother. It is very controlling. You have the power.
Show the
Just
bird
make a
again,
video.
Joe. Show the bird
I'll
again.
have
Joe.
to send it to QC guy.
No,
Show the bird.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't send it to that asshole.
there we go. He
But
gets
yeah,
it.
look at it. It's so sad looking.
That sucks.
So I might have to put a new arm on it, fix it my damn self.
Now that happened. What was it doing before you hit return to home?
It was flying great, no problems at all. And then all of a sudden, it came back literally over the landing pad and went north. And I canceled the return to home to take control over. And then it just fucking went into a tailspin. Pardon my language.
He pushed the special button. I go back to China now.
Especially after all the times you've flown it and you trust it and you've done that.
Yeah, I had 2 months. That Zino Plus is a waste of money. It's only an extra kilometer range on that one. They're still charging $600 for that one.
Wow.
So I'm not buying any more Hubsans. I'm going to stick with DJI, I guess.
Nah, don't even do that. Buy Parrot.
Parrot Anafi, is there a new one coming out?
That's what I heard.
The
Supposed to
30th.
be the 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I saw that and I printed it in our group. I don't know if any of this nonsense is true, guys. You
What's
know how
that?
rumors fly.
Oh, with the drones, the new drones coming out.
Yeah, because they show 3 cameras on that Parrot Anafi.
Yeah, it's supposed to actually be pretty good. I don't think it's a Parrot Anafi 3. I think it's an upgraded Parrot Anafi.
I think it's going to be their business class model.
Right. It's going to be like an enterprise version of what
Yeah.
Parrot, like DJI would offer, something like that.
I think it'll be the Parrot Kanafi.
Hello, Matt.
Hey, Matt. That's out there.
Where did we put that? Yeah.
Right. Jody, Matt.
Speaking of Parrot, I just got my Mambo today.
You got it back? You had one.
No, I bought another one. I liked it so much, and I found a really cheap deal on eBay. And I thought, oh, I'll get that. And I'll see if I can find the camera for it. If not, I've got another camera. If somebody could figure out how to hook it up to it to use the power off of that to power the camera and maybe make a little housing that'll pop right on there.
That reminds me, how's your acro flying coming, sir? Your FPV?
Haven't been flying lately. I've been working. You know, this thing called a job.
Curse of the drinking class.
Yeah.
But you could be without a job, Art. So
Well, there were the two rumors.
That looked like a Norelco shaver.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah. It cuts clean. It's in 8K.
Oh my God! Would you stop with this 48
It does
megapixel
side
8K
burn,
stuff?
too.
Brian's here. TDR Drones, Ray Kelly,
TDR.
Ray,
Brent,
Brent
Matt.
Nunley.
Brent. Yeah.
Al,
Night Train.
Tomas, Bryan.
Matt, you working?
Night Train, what's up? Jay, what's up? Ray Kelly. Well,
Jay Santiago.
I thought about him.
What's up, brother?
So in about 2 minutes, I'm going to check the like button out, guys. If it's not pressed, I'm getting on an airplane with my baseball bat, so I expect to see some thumbs up.
What were you talking about, DJI and the repair problem?
Oh, me?
Yeah, before we started.
Oh, I was just saying that there's really no fix for it because there's no fan. They can have, like, what is me sending it back going to do? They're going to put more thermal paste on it and check out the heat shield, and then I'm going to get it back, and a month later it's going to go suffer the same consequences that it already has. Like, I mean, it's just hot. It's hot in Florida. It doesn't even hold up to the specs of what the manual says. It says it can reach up to 104 degrees. Average day in Florida is over 105 with humidity. It's screwed. I mean, the drone is just screwed. It doesn't function in hot states. And the Mavic Air 2 is going through the same problem right now with that single core processor. It's having the same issue. It's overheating in all the hot areas. So I don't know if it's the battery causing all that heat or what the deal is, but there's really no fix for it. So for them to not want it, I'm trying to get them to handle this publicly with me for everyone. And they've come in my chat section now and they've commented, and all they're trying to do is get me to go over to an email thing so that they can hide what the transaction is between me and them. And I don't want to do that. I want to keep it public for everybody so they can see what's taking place. DJI is doing their best to just keep this off of the public network. I don't like that. I hate it when companies do that. I would rather have you just be forthcoming up front and up straight, and let's get this figured out together so everybody can see how this gets handled. You know?
Do you post on their forums with pictures?
No. I don't want to send them anything through email either. First, I want to get them to commit to fixing publicly. Once they do that, then I'll take it to the next step. I have no problem sending my logs to them, anything, as long as they're willing to do this openly with everybody.
They're not going to do that.
That's wishful thinking, Dan. You know that.
Hey, wishful or not, man, somebody's got to hold it to them. I'll stick it to them all day.
They have not once acknowledged that they've even watched, because up on their forum, I posted the video of the drone, the problem it was having, the date that it was March 14th. So before it even went to them, it hasn't flied in 2020. There's nothing to squirm with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They just won't. They won't.
But see, I know what the problem is, and I know there's no fix for it. The only way I'm going to fix it is if I pull it apart myself and put a small fan in there. That'll solve it. Right? That's the only way that this gets solved.
Is this with the Mini?
Yes. I could put a very small CPU fan on there and power it right off the battery and directly tie it into the system. I can do that myself, but that's going to break the weight gram, which is the weight limit, which is why they never put a fan on it in the first place, because they were trying to keep it under 249 grams. The only fix for this is a fan. They can put all the thermal paste and heat shield they want to on it. It's not going to solve the problem. You're always going to have that heat, and it's not going to dissipate properly.
See, I don't experience the heat up where I'm at. Well, it gets hot, but not that hot, especially the humidity.
Yeah, we get
so.
Yeah,
I'm sure you can
brutal
bake
over
there.
Yeah. Yep. This seems to be a problem coming in the summer that's popping up a lot more with people now. At first, everybody was like, it doesn't happen. And now I'm seeing a lot more posts of overheating issues.
Yeah.
So.
Melting battery, too. What?
Did you see the battery issue that I know two people had? I know that Bill Coast to Coast Drones posted his video of the Mavic Mini battery. Mavic 2 Air or Mini, Steve?
Probably
Mavic 2
Air.
Air.
Mavic 2 Air. And then, of course, Osalita LV. Osalita. He posted that on Twitter.
Yep. Mavic 2 Air is too human.
I mean, it definitely has its drawbacks. There's no doubt about it. They both have their drawbacks. It's unfortunate that it doesn't handle heat well. It's weird that DJI has now put out 2 drones back to back that are having heat consistency problems. I guess I'm not quite sure what their tech team was thinking when it came to hot weather. Oh, they function great in regular weather, but the moment it gets hot out, then they start having issues with batteries and overheating the processors in them. That just seems very strange that the top tier drone company out there can't solve these problems properly or think of a way to solve it before it hits the market.
This is nothing new.
Or taking shortcuts down. Maybe that's what they're doing. Price.
And that's the frustrating part about it, is that they are taking shortcuts. That's why you got the Mavic Mini for what you got it for. That's why you got the Mavic 2 for what you got it for. So.
Now, all Joe did was fly his drone. That was the Zino. Which one, Joe?
The Zino 2.
The Zino 2. All he did was fly it because someone asked what had happened. They had missed what you said.
Yeah, just never had a problem before, but after that firmware update yesterday, it made me update it and went to hell after that.
TDR, the answer is thermal paste breaks down over time. Yes, in very high heat will it break down. It's like thermal paste is extremely hard to get it to dry up and crack out. It would take a number of years of overheating for thermal paste to get that bad. That little bird's not producing that kind of heat, man. It just doesn't have anywhere to put it, and it overheats the board underneath it. It's not dissipating the heat well enough to keep the board from getting hot in the CPU and everything else that's going on inside there. So,
Mark. TaTor Rogers made it in. Michael McReynolds, Joan Days. You all know you're talking to Bryan already. And
TaTor, you owe me a song.
He does some funny stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
And John Spizzo.
Yep.
Spiz.
Paul driving.
Paul.
Timeless Truth is in.
TaTor, Timeless, all on there.
Timeless Truth. Yep. A lot of that crap going on. What? I'm not even going to get into what the president. Paulie, Drone Bum is driving.
Yep.
Just a reminder, this video is brought to you by Stank Feet Jerky, the Cadillac of processed feet.
So what I was wondering is, so neither the Mavic Air 2 nor the Mini have fans in them?
Well, no, I think the Mavic
Yeah,
2
man.
Air does. The Mini does not. I don't know why. I think it's because it's just a single core processor is why it overheats. But as far as the Mini goes, it's because it's just a thermal. It's like a heat shield, a heat sink and thermal paste underneath it to keep it from overheating. I don't know why. I think it might be battery related as to why the Mavic Air 2 is overheating. The battery's getting too hot, and then it's just like pouring that heat inside the machine. Who did a test? Mike from Accelerated Heights did a couple flights, and then he put his thermal gun on there to read what the battery was getting up to. And actually, it was getting up there pretty high. I was actually quite interested by how high it was going. So,
I know the people that were having the problems with it, and at least by Bill from Coast to Coast Drones, it was after the update. And I know I had done the update, and I was wondering, well, I'll go take it out for a flight. Took it out. There was not a jump in the movement of the gimbal or the bird itself and its movements. There wasn't that jitter that people were talking about. I wasn't getting that. But I put the bird in order to just download the information off from it. And then the DJI assistant popped up. And then it said conflicting firmware in module. Meaning, obviously, the battery, because I'd swapped batteries from the one I had it in before. So it went through, and I had to update again with the other 2 batteries. And they're saying it's from this latest one, which is the 0.250 version.
Now, when I'm hooked to DJI Assistant, and let's say I upgrade the firmware, I automatically take the batteries out, put the next set of batteries in, and let that update. Because you don't have to go through the whole update again. You just press the button, and it'll update the new set of batteries. And it does it rather fast. So you can, let's say you got 4 sets of battery or 4 batteries. You can do them pretty fast while you're doing the original. That's if you're hooked up to DJI Assistant 2.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it through the download, through the Go app or something like that, then you're going to have to do the whole process.
The Fly app in this case. Yeah. And
I do know.
I had it on mine, and it just came up, and it said mismatched firmware on onboard module. Didn't say anything about a battery or anything.
Module?
Module.
Oh, I don't like that. And what happened?
So the only thing I think is the battery module, you know, the inside the battery. Because I mean, the bird was updated. What wouldn't be updated? It only came up when I swapped it to a battery that was not previously updated on.
Okay.
I've never actually seen it say batteries need to be updated. It'll just say conflicting firmware, and then I pop batteries in.
Yeah.
I don't think DJI has anything that says time to update the batteries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bob, how's it going?
They just put it down in their notes, Jim.
Drone Days. Michael McReynolds.
Hey, Bob. How you doing? Bob
Hello,
Casey's here.
Bob Casey. How are you, sir?
Do know there's a problem with the Mavic Mini and the Mavic Air 2 that are identical. In sport mode now, if you take off full stick forward, you will notice the gimbal does this weird like angle pitch thing. When you pitch into it, both of them, the gimbal will snap up really hard. It's really strange. It's a very strange new thing that's happening. Seems like they're almost written in the same way. I don't know why, but it wasn't doing that previous to the updates. So now we've got this new gimbal thing to be frustrated about.
Brand Aerials is in the house.
Didn't there's Bob Casey. Didn't the Mavic Pro also have that problem when you were in sport mode? The camera would go down.
Yeah, this one doesn't go down. It pitches up. It's weird. It'll like go and it'll look normal for a second. Then all of a sudden it'll just like snap like weird up like this. Doesn't let you commit to going down. It's really weird. I don't know if like it's never done that as far as I'm concerned with any of their other products that I'm aware of. Now you could be wrong because you're saying that the Mavic Pro did it, but I don't know. It's a weird glitch in the in the software, I think. And it just keeps coming full circle, I guess.
This is a while ago. I don't even remember exactly what it did. I thought the camera, because it was like too much pressure against the camera when you're doing 40 miles an hour, you know, that the camera would just tilt down to take the vibration out of
one of it. Yeah, I don't know. This one does not do that. It snaps up. It's weird.
Chris, good evening.
When I went and flew with what's-his-face out on the beach, John Callis, and he had his Mavic Air, it would do the same thing. When you pitch forward in sport mode, it would start off normal, then all of a sudden the camera would just snap up. He pointed it out to me, and then I was flying mine the other day finally in sport mode, and I realized it does it on the Mavic Mini. That was before I started having all the overheating problems. So I don't know. Just weird stuff going on with DJI right now.
Does yours come up on the screen? It says overheating?
Oh, yeah.
Or
yeah,
it says CPU overload?
Aircraft overheating, please land immediately.
Okay.
Right when you're up in the air, Dan, or does it take a bit?
Well, no. So when I take off, no. Lately, it hasn't even let me take off at all. It'll just say overheating, can't take off. The first time it happened, I was already out. It had only been probably running for a minute and a half. I got it up in the air, and I was doing that reverse drop away from myself, and then I got out over the water, and all of a sudden it was like aircraft warning, overheating problem, please land immediately. And I was like, well, I'm not going to land. So I just decided to keep flying, and I did. I took the whole rest of the flight, and it didn't have any more problems. But after that flight, that's when it just went to hell. It stopped working altogether. So maybe it did overheat. I just pushed it to its complete limit and couldn't handle it. I don't know. I mean, I'm willing at this point to take it apart and have a look at the heat sink myself. As far as I'm concerned, it's out of warranty, so I have no problems digging into it and having a look for myself.
Right.
I have seen overheating. It would say that on the screen, on the on-screen display, and then CPU overload.
Right.
And have it not the Bird now, but I would have the iPad Mini 4 shut down. So you're flying blind. You could still control the Bird. How, I don't know.
I've had the app crash a few times on me while I was still flying it.
You know,
other than that,
moving to a cooler climate helps.
I thought
sure the humidity don't help that stuff.
No, and that's what I'm saying though. But if you're going to design a product, at least on 85 and 90 degree days, it should still fly. You know, I can understand if we're reaching 105 in humidity. Yeah, it's probably not smart to go fly. Like yesterday was 106 humidity. Okay, well, that's a little hot. I probably wouldn't try to fly it. I got other birds. But I need it to function at least within that 104 degree variance. If the manual says it can do it, then it should do it. Shouldn't be something I have to play guesswork on. If I drove 2 hours to go somewhere to fly, and I got there and it didn't fly, I would be pissed.
Yeah. You sure it's 104, not 140?
104 degrees. Wow. That's what it says in the manual.
I keep getting mixed up with the centigrade that they put up there. Now I want to.
104 centigrade? No.
I say, see, we got Chris Hope, Michigan Adventures. Bob Casey came in. We said hello, right?
Weird Beard, what's going on? Hey, what happened to Hannah? What happened to Hannah Montana? I haven't seen Hannah Montana around in a while.
Hey, Jim, can I share a picture?
Certainly, sir. Just pop it up and we'll share it. Anybody wants to share something, just put it up and we'll share it.
Green light.
What?
Yeah, we don't care.
40 C maximum temperature.
No mask on your face, you big disgrace. Spreading your germs all over. That's bullshit. Oh, sorry.
Why are you sorry? Say it. Bullshit. Now your stream can be monetized.
We will mock you.
You're wearing the mask. If you wear the mask, it just doesn't stop you from getting anything.
Makes it worse.
Yeah.
Because you're just touching your face with your hands after you got germs all over.
You know, they did a study. You touch your face at 1,000 times a day or something like that. Yeah. It's a crazy amount.
Okay, so here's the.
Dan never does that.
What?
We're all guilty of doing that. I'm constantly touching my glasses.
Yeah.
Adjusting them.
Except I really haven't left my house. There's a difference. See, when I go out, I'm like really cleansing craziness. Okay, here. Can you see it?
Yep. 104.
All right, so 32 to 104. That's what it says it can handle for the Mavic Mini.
Well, that was fast.
What?
Put that back up.
Really?
I wanted to see the centigrade. Why'd you get rid of it?
No.
40 degrees
I don't think
centigrade.
so. Share. Should be up again.
0 to 40 centigrade. All right. Mavic Pro Platinum is the same. Mavic Mini is the same. So they're all the same?
About, yep. That's what it sounds like.
Okay. Huh. Now on a hot day, I mean, we haven't done, it's cooling off now because we got a thunderstorm going on.
Right.
But on a hot day here in Florida, let's say it's normally 90 degrees. When you add the humidity into that, it's always 108, 110.
Got to factor it in, correct?
Yep.
See,
I mean, I would think if I feel that hot, the machine probably feels that hot, right? 90. But you should check your humidity now. What's your humidity level? Do you have a weather app?
Yeah, you just tap on that and go to the button. See, now look. It says with the humidity, it feels 102.
Right.
Wow.
Now, if you go down, it'll tell you the humidity level. Right now, it's. Can you see that humidity level at 82%?
Yep. And Florida's always crazy humidity.
Yeah.
I remember that stuff as a kid. Don't miss it. That's for sure.
If the bird can't take it, how does that become your problem? That's what
I'm saying. That's my argument with all this. How is that my issue?
Well, it's your problem when you're trying to fly it in a condition that's above or below the set standards for the drone.
Yeah, but when all your other birds can do it that you own, well, like all your other DJI products can handle it, right? Except for apparently the Mavic Air 2 now and the Mavic Mini, the last 2 drones they've come out with. I'm confused by that.
I haven't heard a problem too much with the heat with the Air 2. I know the Mini, yeah.
Well, no, the overheating for the Air 2, I think, is problematic with the batteries.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Mini itself. But right now, these are the only 2 birds from DJI that seem to be experiencing overheating problems.
Yeah.
So there you go, Jim. Wipe it off, sir. Wipe it off.
I'm trying to get this stupid camera.
Move your hand in and then pull it out slowly.
Does that work?
Slow. There you
Yeah,
go.
there you go. Now, do it back.
Hello, Margie.
Hello, Margie.
From Taiwan. She jumps in.
I don't know. All I know is I have a drone that can't fly right now. Seems pointless. Why do I own it?
I agree.
Send it to DJI. Get it fixed. Have them fix it for you. They're not going to agree with it.
Fix anything. They're going to be like, yeah, we fixed it. Send it back. It's going to be overheating.
They won't talk to you. If you're trying to get them to talk to you in your stream?
No. I just want them to resolve it in the comment section. I've pinned their comments now so that we can have a public interaction that people can witness and see that this is taking place. As soon as I did that, the communication stopped and went to 0.
They won't admit to me that taking apart my aircraft causes damage. So that's why I have to pay for the parts they break. They won't even admit that, Dan.
Yep.
That's crazy.
The aircraft went in perfect condition. In order to break it apart, because it's IP43 rated, this is what I can assume. I can't, they will not admit it. So I have to assume that them taking apart, because they glue it, causes the cracks, and now you have to buy a new upper case and a new lower shell, right? And all that part. But they will not admit it. Hey, Brad.
Hey, Jim, I think John is trying to ask you something. I don't know what he's asking you, but I think he's trying to ask you something.
Well, I told him to @sign him.
I don't see it.
John.
Put the @sign in front of Above and Beyond, John.
John, what the hell?
He's asking you for a wrench.
That is not what he said.
What did he say?
Earlier.
Oh, in that chat. Sorry, John.
Hello, Ron Lockwood.
Gotcha. Who else doesn't have one? Hey, there's Ron.
Jim's gotten quite. Jim, you've gotten quite good at staying out of my comments on Facebook, buddy. Lloyd's up next. Lloyd will learn to not get involved too.
It's useless because I know that they're not gonna. It's not fair play. It's a one-sided conversation.
I know. It's like talking to a wall. So that's why it's like you're not gonna listen to me. I'm not gonna listen to you. So agree to disagree. I have fun with it though. I just Facebook is a fun place. It's almost as good as YouTube. Almost.
Margie, I gave one. Everybody should have the wrench now.
I feel like Oprah Winfrey right now. We're just giving away wrenches. You get a wrench, and you get a wrench. Everybody gets a wrench.
What was it?
Look under your seat.
Wrenches.
Oh yeah. Look under your seat.
Now I want a hammer. Where's my hammer, Jim?
You
Where's
bought a new
my hammer?
Look under your seat. You've all won a new car.
No,
Hold on,
no,
Art. Ready? Ready?
Oh man.
There's a hammer. I think I got one right. Where did I put that?
There. Everybody's got the hammer. The hammer down.
Hammer time.
All right, what did talk about a bunch of things that I don't feel amazed by. Well, what did you want us to talk about, Mike? We're open to conversation here. What did you want us to talk about, Mike?
I don't feel amazed.
FPV is going to be his answer.
Brad, Drone Kings in Darwin. Yeah, because you're ahead of us. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
I want some popcorn right now. That sounds good.
All these wrenches and no nuts.
No, there's plenty of nuts out here.
Yeah.
That's not a problem.
I've got some big ones.
John's highfalutin now.
Oh, that's bad. That's not good.
What'd you do? Turn on a light?
Yeah, but there. Oh, this is not good.
Dan's going to mood lighting.
I'm not even going to touch on what Aunt Margie's saying. Thank you for the jacket, host. It's Jim.
Is it jock itch? Is that jock itch you said?
Yeah.
That's what I said. I wasn't touching it.
Man, who's talking about my jock itch, man?
This is a tough crowd.
What's that word that Aussies always say that's really funny when you have an idea, you go to the government and you don't want anybody to copy that idea. It's called a but it sounds
I don't know there, but here it's called a copyright.
no, it starts with a P, and you have them in the hospital.
A
They
patent?
say patent.
A patent?
Oh, a patent? That's how Greg says it? Oz by Drone?
Yeah, Greg says. Mm-hmm. And he used to play for the Broncos too. Won 2 Super Bowls.
Oh,
8 Super Bowls.
Just one.
John, if you're on a computer, use the @ sign and then put above and beyond, and that way it highlights it so Jim will see what you're posting because the chat going by. I'm sure he's not
I
seeing
gave
it.
John a wrench.
No, he's saying something else now.
Highlight is
Give Mike
technology.
Reynolds a wrench. Mike doesn't have one?
No.
All right, you do now, Mike. I asked if there was anybody else. Mike's got it. Tater's got it. Mike, put something in there so I can see. Yes. I can see you got it.
Flip him off, Michael.
Hey, did you see that?
No, we didn't.
No.
Snappy art.
The
Drone days, no wrench.
Oh, add moderator. Done.
I'll just call them out as they come through.
Hey, shut up, Strickland.
Who, Mike?
Anybody? Okay, never mind.
No, I knew it. The only Strickland I knew was a FTO teacher.
That she was a teacher. What is Strickland from? Back to the Future. President Strickland, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Where he called everybody slackers in the movie.
Slackers. Are you going to be a slacker?
You a slacker?
You're a slacker.
I got lightning going on here. Dan, you don't have any of this weather?
Nah, man. You want to see what I look like out here? Boom. Oh.
It's storming Norman over here,
Nah, it's going to be a nice night.
Mark says.
Sun finally broke about 3 hours ago.
For you, Steve?
Yeah, caught it over the whole day coastal.
Coast up here is
You go
dry.
inland, and I mean, we're sitting here in the high 60s, and you go inland, and you're going to be 80 to 90 degrees in a blink of an eye.
Mm.
You're a
Who's Jim?
slacker, McFly.
Who's Jim? I don't know. Maybe the guy.
No, it says Kim. Oh, does he mean get with it, Jim?
Kim Jong Un.
Kim Jong-un.
I'm so lonely, so lonely.
Here we go again. I did it, Matt. Jeez. Look at John saying Earth 2. Oh, Squidward.
John, and who else got it? Somebody else got it up there. Strickland and John.
And TaTor got it.
That's right. It's the principal. Yep. Sprizzo, I think, got it too. Spizzo.
Hi, Papa. Gaming with Ray.
That's my granddaughter, Riley.
Oh,
I thought it was D-O-N-G, Dong Hung Lo.
Where do you see that? I don't see it.
Not my Hung Lo.
Gaming with Ray.
Yeah, I don't see that. Where is she?
It's about. I
Oh,
don't
there
know,
she
now
is.
about seven
she
or
says
eight
hi,
comments up.
Yeah, I got it now. Boy, I'm like way behind in the comments.
Yeah.
I'm on
Hi,
top
Riley.
chat.
How are you?
That's my Riley, my granddaughter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, the most perfect girl in the world. She's 11, so be cool or be
The
cool.
I'm
rat
trying to
Jim.
figure that out with
Yeah.
you as the grandpa.
Yeah, I'm Papa. Hey, at least you know I get a Father's Day card from my granddaughter.
Boom.
There you
God bless her.
Winning. I'll be right back, guys.
Wow, it is really lightning out. I'm surprised we haven't. You hear that?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
It sounds like when Mitch was on the other night.
Yeah.
I want. Yeah, I don't think Mitch could be on right now.
And then he says, "Well, if I happen to go," and it did.
Hey,
You
Mel.
want to have fun at a Chinese restaurant, ask the waitress to say parallel lines.
What happens?
They can't say it.
Parallel lines?
Mm-hmm. It comes out parallel lines.
Where are you eating at?
I work with a lot of Asians where I work.
Oh.
Yeah, they're from Laos and Cambodia. And I have fun. I come up with, say this word. And now they're to the point I know say that. They caught on real quick.
Wow. My granddaughter calls you sirs.
I know.
Hi, sirs.
Oh, that sounds like Shani from Mine's Vlogs. She calls me sir.
Yeah, she calls everybody.
So, yeah.
So Mel was talking about his computer. There was something I wanted to talk about, Mel. Steve had a problem with updating to the, which one, Steve? The 2004?
Oh, it finished updating.
How many hours did that take?
At least an hour.
An hour for the version 4.
Huh.
version 4 of what?
2004 of the new Windows update.
Ever since I updated to that last one, the 1905 or whatever it was, and they had that just a general update for it. I lost total control of being able to use Adobe Acrobat, use TeamViewer, which I use for remote connections with customers on the one machine. And so I'm testing it out on this other laptop here first to find out if it's going to work and maybe restore some of the stuff and see what happens. I mean, this is like installing Windows from scratch almost with all the new stuff on it.
Oh boy.
Mine only did cumulative updates for 1909. It didn't ask me to change the versions.
Oh.
I remember Sean Anna. They were on that. They had their own show, didn't they?
Yep, they did. Yep.
The one guy with the rolled up sleeves. Who was he?
Yep.
Was it Bowser or something like that?
Bowser. That's it.
On that show.
And remember roller derby?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I especially like the women roller derby. The way they pull their hair, yank them back, and throw them over the railing. Yeah.
my great aunt used to crochet, and she would sit there and watch the roller derby, especially when the women, you would just see her crocheting, like this, and then they get going in when they do the bumping, and you watch that needle. It's like watching an automatic, a regular electric sewing machine go.
Yeah.
She did one night a complete Afghan that fit a twin-size bed. She just sat there just going like this, and then she pull up the other stuff and just keep on going.
Hey, Joe, I hate to bother you. Can you show yours one more time? I want to show what happened to Joe when he flew his Zino today. Which Zino is this, Joe?
Yeah, Zino 2. This was yesterday.
Zino 2 yesterday, and he was just flying it normal. But this was after the update?
Yeah, right after the update, I took it out. Never had a problem before, and then returned to home. It was acting funny, and it sounded funny, so I took over control, and then all of a sudden it took off on me, and then hit a field about 300 feet up above. So minimum damage to just the arm. It wasn't as bad as it could have been.
That is now. Can you get arms? Can you get parts for that?
I have 2 of them, so I'm just going to take the parts off the other one. They had an update problem with the other one.
There you go. Oh, and eBay probably has parts for them too.
Yeah, and Hubsan US they have, and you can get one for $20 if you have to.
Your question was, Mel, did you have a problem with that Windows update to 2004? Don't get Steve started because Steve eats pizza at 7 p.m. Pacific time.
No, that's not till Friday.
Dan, is that Miami Best Pizza or is that Pizza Hut?
No, it's a place called Stuffed Pizza. Private place over here in Dana Point. Been going there for 30-some years.
I know they have those up here. What about what Dan's eating? Is that authentic?
Pizza Hut.
Like New York?
Pizza
Hut. Oh, shit. Thought you were going to have some like authentic Miami-style pizza.
Closest thing to me, bro. Actually, Ybor City has a really good pizza joint that's New York style. They're fantastic. Their slices are huge. Brick oven pizzas, I think, man. A lot of them are brick oven.
All right, I don't get this.
Don't get what?
My dad and I competed in the Atari 2600 game. If he had his shoes on, he could not play worth a dang. He used to move his toes with the setting of the plane, steering of the plane.
Yeah, so he's playing with his toes.
That's awesome. That's like a God-given talent of awesomeness. How to rock that shit.
The
How to go to
actual
arcade.
controller is on the floor.
Yeah.
Dan, the actual controller's on the floor,
I guess.
and he's playing with his toes.
I mean, that's awesome, isn't it?
I can't do it, so yeah.
You think your toes as good as your thumb? I would wonder how well he services the ladies.
Bryan has never hit the return to home button on any. I do it when I first get it just to see that it works. But I'll only go out a couple of 100 feet because you have to go out over 20. Is it over 20 meters or over 60 meters before it will even work? Otherwise, on a DJI drone, it'll just land where it is.
Let's be clear here. The first thing I do before I activate it is check to make sure that my home point is accurate. Then I push the button.
Yes.
Well, you could see that in your map, right? You even on the Mini and all that, you have the map in your lower left corner. Okay.
Hubsan's a little weird though. Hubsan's return to home isn't always 100% accurate. That's why it makes you do a controller check before you go. It says, please place controller next to drone so that we can do a GPS goodness check. It just lets you know their return to home feature is wonky.
Well,
Fly it in manually, right?
I flew Dan's.
Fly it in manually.
I flew Dan Zino, and when I would go straight out in front of me, it would go off to the left, and then when you come straight back, it goes off to the right. We did that in sync, Dan.
It does not hold a straight line for
No.
anything at all. I've recalibrated the sticks numerous times. It still won't hold a straight line. It just crab walks left or right. It's really weird.
What is this?
Oh, speaking of software, if you own any netgear routers or modems, check for firmware updates. There's a bunch of vulnerabilities that is now open through Windows, through Chrome, and several other places. So make sure that you update your firmware on your router.
Whoa. When did this come about?
It came out, the notification I got actually was yesterday. I've already updated on my one. I'm updating customers right now. I'm updating their router.
Dan,
Ooh,
Mike,
dang.
Bryan sent that to you, Mike? Sent you a Flytech drone? Got a lot of views on that.
Yeah, there's a bunch of open vulnerabilities going through the browser software, so this will stop it. Gee whiz.
I knew you meant steering of it. I picked up on that, Mark. No, I've got the 1909, Windows version 1909. It gives me the option if I want to update to the 2004, but I have not done it.
Well,
because,
so far it's running good here.
But
and I'm already connected to customers on it, so it's...
What was the one that gave you problems the other day where Adobe Acrobat?
1905, same one that Mitch had the problems with, where the Velocidrone software, because of the driver updates, it stopped working on them.
Yeah, Joe, we saw you drop out.
TDR, that's because they're junk.
It's 20 meters. Yeah, if you hit return to home within 20 meters of when you set up your drone, it'll land right where it is.
You are crazy, TDR. The Bebop 2 does not crab walk. I have never had a Bebop 2 crab walk. If your Bebop 2 is crab walking, you need to recalibrate, sir. I have probably flown 15 of them in my life, different ones, and they've never crab walked. That is a problem with yours.
Where is that?
What?
I don't see that.
In the comments. A couple of the latest ones here. TDR said the Bebop 2 also crab walks a bit, but not like the Zino. I've never seen it once crab walk.
All Xenos do that crab walk. I didn't know that.
Xeno's different. The Bebop will not crab walk like that. That's craziness. I have had my Bebop 2 less than 5 inches from the water going backwards, and it held that course lock 100% with no crab walking.
The one, was it Bryan showed or Marcus showed? It kept, I think it was Marcus, it kept going down as he was flying straight. He was doing the test on the update. Marcus Idaho quadcopters.
On the Zino?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. They miss and match firmware all the time just to see what happens, and then they beta test it. Well, they give it to you guys and tell you it's good, and then they let you guys be the beta testers so they don't have to break their stuff. And then when you guys start having a bunch of problems, they go, oh, that's not going to work. Let's try a different combination.
I'll be honest, I've not heard anybody complain about the Bebop 2.
Never. Only the camera.
That's
camera, cold weather.
That is something else. I didn't know all the Zinos did that.
Yeah. Horrible. Horrible. So stupid.
I always wanted a Parrot Bebop. The first drone I flew was the AR drone, version 1.
They are amazing. The Bebop 2s are amazing. Buy one while you can, man, because they're disappearing quick.
Yeah.
They are such fantastic little drones, and they're so easy to modify, and they're open source. Tons of fun to be had.
I see them now and then on propertyroom.com.
They can actually be used with Pix 4D, and you can take photogrammetry with them. They're actually a lot more advanced than people realize they are.
The
The
Bebop
resolution can't be that
Yeah.
big, though. What is it, like 12 megapixel? Less
It's
than that?
14 megapixels.
Oh, there's really 14?
Yeah.
Wow. Better than I thought it would.
No.
Be.
Hey, Al, did you find a bracket for your bike yet?
You
Hi,
sent
Ron.
you sent me that link,
Yeah.
Ron, and I took a look at it. Then you sent the text about the year and the model, and I didn't see anything in regard to the model or year, so I didn't even take the plunge, dude.
Do your mirrors have a like a stem to it, and does it have a bolt on the bottom that you can
No.
take them? Okay, then that'll work.
No, it worked.
Yeah, mine works great.
The Insta 360 one wiggles a lot. It really wiggles. It's supposed to be like secured on there, but it moves a lot. So I was just looking for something a little bit more secure.
on an extension rod?
You know, like the one I put on my shield and I did that video?
Yeah.
Well, that thing was moving, dude. The only thing that would prevent it to look like it was so stable was the Insta flow, that the stabilization they have for the Insta 360. But it was moving.
Right.
So when I mounted it to the bar, it was moving. I mean, literally, dude. You could see it.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Mine don't move at all, and it's actually made of almost like an aircraft aluminum. It's pretty tough, and when
it looks pretty secure.
You can move it all different directions, and then one screw you tighten it down, and it's solid. You'll see in my next video.
That was a pretty playful motion.
No, you should see the. Did you see the windshield on my Harley? The way it vibrates like that. Now, granted, when you give it gas and start moving, Al, that's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But when it's just sitting there at like a stoplight or something,
yeah,
you're going to get some hellacious vibration. There's no way.
You got to mount it to your helmet.
I thought of that because they give you that mount.
Yep.
In the original kit that I bought.
Right.
But the headband, I got to tell you, all right, let me test this thing out. Let me see if it's going to feel like it's going to fly off or anything. It's rubberized on the inside, and actually, it's quite secure.
Yep.
There's
there's not a helmet law in Dakota, is there? No. Oh, okay, I was going to say.
No.
I mean, technically, Jim doesn't even have to wear a helmet in Florida. There's no Florida helmet laws here either. It's always fun to see a biker coming down the road with one of these things strapped to their head.
I wondered, I mean, because I had that on, and then the hat fits over your regular baseball cap, still fits over your head. With,
the other thing
you got to wear it backwards.
Jim, I broke out the other day was the chest harness. GoPro makes that chest harness, and the camera sits right here.
Yep.
Is it high enough?
Fishing videos.
Yeah.
Oh, Art, what I meant on your fishing video was if you had a fishing rod and had that line tied to that piece of wood and let that baby float out.
Right.
But then again, what if it gets stuck out there? You can't go get it. So I said, forget the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, it's got twine on it. It's got line on it, and it did get stuck, but I was able to pull it through. What I did is I let it float past the dam that there was like a beaver dam that it looks like the city came through and kind of broke it up a little bit, so the water level came way down, and so I let it go past that and then pulled it back up, and then it came right up over that. But how did you like the comments I put in? Where I said, "Oh, no fish here."
Yeah. Sure.
You gave me that idea, Jim.
Oh, with using the
Yeah.
titles.
Yeah. And then
when I did that thing with Mitch.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then when you hear it bumping against the rocks, and I'm going, ouch, ouch, ouch. Let's go over. Let's try this place. Oh, there's a fish. Oh, there's some minnows right there.
Hello, Ron.
Hey, Steve.
I gotta say though, I was waiting for something to happen on that video. Art. I'm sitting there looking for a damn beaver the whole time, and you left me hanging.
Well, that's the wrong channel, Jim.
Yeah, the beaver. I got you. But you said you went by the dam.
Oh.
I've convinced everybody to get pizza.
Did you hear what Mel said? The girl asked him, he ordered a large pizza. The girl asked him if he wanted 6 or 8 slices. He said 6. He can't eat 8. Oldie but a goodie.
Yeah.
Well, hey Al, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'll put that mount to the test this weekend.
Are you going out for another ride?
Yeah, going back up into kind of the same area and more towards Yellowstone, more moose and grizzly territory.
Oh, nice. Are you bringing a camera with you? You bringing a camera and a drone?
Oh, dude, the whole entourage is coming.
Did you?
Really nice.
Did you
Sony,
show
the Nikon, the drone, binoculars, you name it, he's got it.
Firearm.
Yep.
Did you show Al the video of the magnetic setup from Ulanzi?
Oh no, that's on that guy Air Photography.
Yeah.
It's a nice little. It's like a real quick detachment type system.
I liked it.
Yeah, I like it too.
I don't know. Are you going to pick one up?
I think so. I'm thinking. Like he said on there, the only bad thing about it is that it only comes with one base. But if you want more bases, you actually have to buy the whole kit.
What? For what's this for?
It's
like a GoPro mount
or any action camera.
Any action camera. It's a mount. It's a almost like a quick release plate.
Sometimes, even though you have good, strong Wi-Fi signal and connection through the app, it might miss something. And I know it was for the Mini, okay? And
that voice sounds familiar.
Why am I hearing Bill?
You're hearing him because we have somebody who bailed on our stream to go over there. JBurd, you're not welcome here anymore. Goodbye, sir.
What happened?
He's over at Bill's channel.
How did we hear Bill?
I put it up to the microphone.
Oh.
He's am I dreaming about this guy now?
No, I was looking for that air photography video that Ron sent me. I wanted to put that up.
Thanks, Dan. Made Night Near's coming back tonight.
Yeah.
Was he showing them what happened to the drone?
No, he's just in the chat. He bailed on us to head over there. I saw him chatting. I'm like, what a turd.
Bryan ordered the GoPro mount for the Bepop 2. Will it hold that? That Bepop 2 is awful light, isn't it? As a drone?
Huh? Hold what?
Bryan said he ordered a GoPro mount for the Bepop 2 for the Insta 360 1X.
Okay, TDR, before you go any further with that project, man, you should go look up anybody that has tried to attach a camera to the top of the Bebop. It does not go smoothly. Let's just say that. Every single one of them ends in a crash. It just does not fly right, man. I wish you the best of luck with that endeavor.
I bought a mount for the Mavic Air, and by a company, I think it's Piggy Tech or PG Tech. Anyway,
Tech.
And I put a GoPro type camera on the top, and boy, that thing just vibrated.
Yep.
All over the place.
Bebop
And
2 does it too.
the camera picked up the sound. You think it's loud? Have a camera right next to those props. Boy, when I made that video, I had to take the sound out because it was just too dang loud. But
basically, whatever you attach to the Bebop 2 has to weigh 40 grams or less. And that's including the mount that you're putting on. If it weighs anything over that, it seems to really throw off the flight characteristics of the Bebop 2.
That's what I'm saying. It would be so heavy. I mean, I don't know how many grams the camera is.
Yeah, well, most GoPros
Insta360X is pretty light. It's not like your typical camera like those there.
Most GoPros are 70 to 80 grams or better. Most of them are actually more closer to 100 grams. So once again, you have to factor in the weight of the attachment that you're putting on there to hold it as well. So most likely you're going to be around 70 or 80 no matter how you look at it. 40 and under. It could carry some nice small, like the Insta360 Go would be perfect if you're going to put it on there. You know what I mean?
Hey, Jim.
Yeah.
I got to run. I'll try and catch you guys maybe after I get to work. I got to go in early tonight. So I'll try to catch back up in a little bit.
Thanks for
take
coming
care.
in. I appreciate it.
Hey.
Bye, Ron.
This is the one
travels, Ron.
Yep. We'll talk to you guys after a bit.
You guys know who Helder Hugo is, right? He's the guy that made Parrot like popular altogether on YouTube. You guys know him?
Nope, I don't.
Okay. He did tons of testing with the cameras, and not one of them was able to fly. No action cameras at all could be used on the mount. They sell a mount for it. It's really weird, but none of the cameras can. None of the Bebop 2s can actually handle the mount with a camera on it.
Wow.
So I wish you the best of luck. Hopefully you've discovered something they have not yet. TDR, I trust you. You're a good drone pilot. If you find something that works, I'm sure there's a lot of people that would love to see it.
The only one I saw it on was the Mavic Pro. And who did that?
A lot stronger motors. It can definitely handle it.
Yeah, with the 1X.
The Bebop 2 has very small brushless motors. They're okay. They're decently strong, but man, they're not anywhere near. I have a motor right here. This is it. This is the gist of it.
So I think we would have to buy this whole kit. That's what he's talking about? Hold on.
That is the Bebop 2 motor right there. That's the extent.
I think we would have to buy this whole. Show it again, Dan.
Yeah, I'm going to take the rubber off so you can see the whole thing. That's it. So just a little tiny critter. Magnets aren't even really that strong. It's okay, but it's not. You know, this is about a 3-inch race quad motor. That's about all that is.
And that Bebop 2 is using the same thing?
Yep, that is a Bebop 2 motor. That's a brand new Bebop 2 motor. So they're very small motors. They're underpowered for what they are, but it's not necessary to carry anything else but just the drone. It doesn't have to carry a gimbal or anything else, so it's great for what it is. The moment you start adding accessories and attachments to it, that's when it becomes really wonky flyer.
Hello, Adrian.
What's going on, guys? How y'all doing?
Hey,
what's going on, Dan?
Hey, buddy.
It snaps together with
What's up, Adrian? How you doing?
Adrian, good to see you.
Too heavy, TDR. You'll see, man. You'll see. There's tons of people trying to mount GoPro Hero 7s, and they're around 90 grams. And then when you put the case on it, it's about 105 to 115, somewhere around there. It just doesn't fly. It doesn't fly. It's all over the place, man. Most of them crashes really horribly.
Hey, Jim, I'm about ready to skedaddle here. Got to get ready to go to bed.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, Dan. Good to see you. Al, Adrian.
Have a good one.
Steve, good to see you.
Art the Fart. It's always fun, buddy.
Have a good night.
Good to see you, sir.
All right. Bye-bye.
Wow, that was your week, sir.
That thing's
Adrian
only
Spaghetti-O, what's up? What's that?
Hey, Adrian, you see my comment on your video?
Yes, sir, I did.
Need to change your heading.
What? I don't get it.
You were flying the Pro live, but in your heading it says Pro. You were flying the
oh.
Zoom.
Yes, Third Eye. You definitely made a bad decision, sir.
Yeah, John's saying it's too heavy too.
No, JBurd, you're not welcome back in here, you non-supportive dick.
What are you talking about? Joe, I put the... Wait, Joe, he said you went over to the dark side.
What was that about, bro?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I was on my phone and the battery was dying off on me. Sorry
So
about
you
that.
decided to fraternize with the enemy?
I don't know.
No. Dan saw you over on Bill's channel.
Oh.
That's what he's talking about.
I watch
Damn.
everything, man.
Oh.
Thank you, Bob Casey. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I see all.
I had to get on there and bullshit for a minute.
Hello, Bill. Welcome. Metro Drone.
What's going on,
Metro
Metro Drone?
Drones. How you doing, Metro Drones?
And Bryan BMack joined us too.
Oh, BMack.
Mike
What's up,
Hey,
BMack?
what's up, Adrian?
I'm doing pretty good, Joe.
Jim.
I like your
Jim.
system today.
Jimmy.
Yo.
Jim. Hey, buddy. Adrian might need your help. I sent him a laptop. I scratched everything and just did a hard reset back to Windows 10. I'm not sure if I got rid of the drivers. But if he has any issues with that, man, you could probably have a little more time on your hands to walk him through if you're up for it. Or Steve, one of you guys might have a little more time to take him through the Fujitsu to install the drivers if they didn't initiate on there. I couldn't do any of it because then I would have to sign in under his account when you do the initial startup, which he doesn't have an account. So he has to do what's that?
Defeats the purpose.
Right. So he has to actually do all the sign up. And from there, he may have to reinstall the drivers. I'm sure one of you guys probably sit down and help him do that. It's quite simple if you've never done it before, Adrian. But like I said, one of these tech savvy gentlemen here could probably walk you through it pretty easily. It's a Fujitsu. So you would just go to Fujitsu's website, go to download drivers, and then it's a 32-bit system. So also,
you wiped it.
I wiped it, but I already had Windows 10 on it. I was using it for my stuff, and then I told Adrian I would send it to him. So I wiped it again, but this time I didn't do a full factory reset. I just did a delete all my personal information, so it might still have the drivers active. It may have just cleared the entire system, start over fresh from where it's at. You see what I'm saying?
And even just a Windows update going out, it'll probably pull it up anyways.
Maybe. It was pulling up a lot more than the first
Windows
time.
is good about that. Ever since the
Sure.
10 came out, you change the drives. Before I could update the solid state drives I put in here, it had already updated it before I could install them.
I will tell you this. If any of you guys have any extra DDR3, if you would like to send Adrian some, it needs a little more. A crack at maybe 2 gigs of RAM might actually really help the performance on that PC. So if anybody
you
has,
can get some for cheap now.
you can. I was just saying, if anybody had any extra laying around,
I actually do have some DDR4 laying around.
I don't know if it can take DDR4. I think it was a DDR3 system. DDR4, I think, is for a little newer laptops. This one came out in like 2013 or 14, but it still runs DDR3.
Hey, Mike.
I thought Adrian, you had a Apple computer.
He does, but he needs Windows to operate his Hubsan, so I decided to give him a whole laptop so he can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mike, we are definitely not experts here. We're all fighting through it together.
And Adrian, when that thing pops up and says, Dan is reading your private information, don't worry about it. It's
It's nothing, bro. Nothing. But I also hacked Cortana on Windows 10 to tell me every question you ask her. So at night when you're up, like, show me DDP, I'll be like, oh, my man's getting it in today.
I see where this is going.
Steve, Bryan had the same problems with the Windows when he did the updates. He couldn't get. That was Ari that put the NVIDIA RTX audio on, the voice on, but he couldn't get the audio out of his when he did updates.
Yeah, oh, that's right. I had no problem with the audio because I could get VLC to work. I could get Windows Media Player to work. It was affecting for me my Adobe Acrobat. I mean, I could use Photoshop. I could use Illustrator, After Effects. They would all launch. I mean, you go click on the link for a PDF file, nothing. uninstalled it, reinstalled it, nothing. Took it off. I downloaded Adobe Reader, launched immediately.
The only thing that camera had, or that computer had a problem with after the Windows 10 thing, was that no matter how many times I installed the webcam back to it, apparently Windows 10 doesn't understand the webcam. After probably Windows 8, I think it doesn't understand the functionality of the webcam. So you can get a plug-in webcam if you want to do that. That would be the only thing you could possibly do after, Windows 10 was a major upgrade for that PC. It came with Windows 7, so, but still a fantastic little PC, man. It ran Windows 10 with no issues. Like I said, performance-wise, I would say if you can get one more block of DDR3, it'll probably be a much better, faster performing, functioning computer. You just need a little extra RAM space. I think there's only a 2 gig in there.
Okay.
So yeah, that's why I said it's a little lack on performance. If you can get a little more RAM in there, like a 4 gig or 8 gig, I think it would be able to be a little better for multitasking.
Steve, I'm going to let Bryan in. See if you can discuss what that Windows problem is with him, please.
Okay.
Brian Mack, how you doing,
Hello,
boss?
Bryan.
Hello,
How
Bryan.
you doing?
Hey, bro.
Is that a thing? We're doing that now? Okay.
What's that?
Brian, what can I hear you? I cannot hear Brian. Hello. Brian Mack. Hello.
I think he's saying I have a big pecker. I could be wrong.
Hello.
That's definitely what he's saying.
No, we cannot hear Brian Mack. No, we can't.
No audio, Bryan.
No hablo.
See, that was him saying it's this big, but you couldn't see his other hand. So
I don't speak silent. We don't speak sign language, Brian Mack. Sorry.
Just back out and come back in.
Dropped out.
Night Trent, how you doing, buddy? TaTor Rogers.
Couldn't hear him at all. He dropped out. I think he's going to restart.
Mr. Crawford, how you doing, Mr. Recovery One Drone? How you doing, boss?
Recovery.
So Jim, I took a plunge at the 5K Retina 27-inch Apple computer, iMac. I did it in 2019, and I paid out there. If I'm not on it, I got to wait like 3-4 weeks to get it.
So it's a 2019 iMac. What's the screen on it? 27?
It's 27-inch, 5K resolution, 3.6 gigahertz of turbo boost to 5. It's all in one. And the RAM, you can add RAM in the back door. The back door RAM.
The doors. You're my back door.
We're always going through somebody's back door.
I'll tell you the specs right now.
Bring the lube.
Offhand.
So how much does it come? How much memory?
1 terabyte.
Of memory?
No, RAM.
I was going to say, that's a lot of memory.
No. The RAM, it comes standard with 8 gigabytes. But I'm going to upgrade it to 64. Because on the iMac, you could do that on the 27-inch.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get the specs here.
I know.
I'm an Apple guy. So I got 27-inch iMac with Retina 5K display, 3.6 gigahertz, 8-core, 9th generation Intel Core i9 processor, turbo boost to 5 gigahertz, 8 gigabyte memory. I'm going to upgrade that. 1 terabyte SSD, Radeon Pro Vega 48, Magic Mouse, and all the other stuff. My son said I could have got a PC for cheaper, but that's all I've been running.
How much may I ask?
That's 35, dude.
You could have gotten a PC a lot cheaper and gotten a lot more horsepower.
Yeah, I know. My son told me the same thing. I'm attached to the ecosystem of Apple, which is a bad thing, I suppose.
Yeah, Mark's right. The Apple tax.
Hurry up, Jim. You're taking too long to get through the comments.
Kind of like the Aussies have down under. That VAT tax. It was only $100, which is going to cost you $350.
Well, the tax over here, Steve, it's ridiculous.
I know.
Like $400 in taxes. Crazy.
One of the things I've done is, of course, you're buying from there, depending on where you bought it from. Either Amazon or I buy a lot of stuff from B&H. Their credit card. If you go on, they credit you the tax amount back as a discount.
I'll do that. I think I know what you're
Brian?
talking about. That program. That what's it called? What do they call it? Steve?
It's their on-store credit card.
I think I've seen it. I've seen it.
I hear you.
I hear him.
Hey,
So was it this big? Or were you
get
telling
the wax
Phil?
out of your ears. Just another in a long,
Look who's here.
Hey, bro.
long line of list
Brian.
of things that has not worked on this computer for 2 weeks.
Hey, Brian, before you get into all of that with Steve, I just want to say, Aldiaz, you're absolutely right. We love Apple. These people are just haters. Say it again. They're haters.
Yeah. We know what open source is.
Adrian,
There's very few of us, man.
I
There's very
love
few of
Apple
us.
too,
Adrian.
but I can't afford it, man. All
Man,
you rich
hell
guys
with
at
that.
Apple.
Freedom is open source. Proprietary, stuck in a system you can't get out of, is Apple.
Well, Al gets a discount because he lives so close to him.
No,
Well,
I
I'm
actually
sorry.
I get stuck harder, Steve. I get stuck harder.
I'm sorry, man.
No,
When
not
all this
even,
drone
not even.
stuff comes to fruition, dude, the only people who are going to be flying like they want to are the open source guys. The proprietary people are going to be like, "Yeah, I can't fly because of ADSB." Like, well, that sucks.
Apple's for the simpletons, right? I mean, simple stuff. You PC guys, you got to know too much, man.
Dude, it just makes you smarter.
I
Put
got
your
other
mind
shit.
to it. Dude, I just hacked this PSP. I can now use this with my 3DR Solo for ground station work.
Yeah.
I homebrewed the entire thing with Mission Planner software. I'm about to drill 2 holes in the top and put telemetry for Mavlink and link up on this so that I can hook this up as any Mission Planner way station I want to for any autonomous drone that can carry Mission Planner. So any APM-driven RGcopter bird or platform can be used with this. Now, what was that, Mr. Apple guy? Gotta know too much, man. You would end up having to buy the Apple version of this that would be like 1,000 times more expensive. They would just not work right and couldn't be updated unless they give you updates.
I don't have the brain power and the patience like you, Dan.
But see, hey, Aldia, look, I do
Kidding,
this
man.
right
I'm not
now.
trying to jerk you around.
Dan,
Yo.
this is for you.
I know.
But guess what? I already have the confirmation number anyway, so thank you. You can't take it back. Anyway, I gotta talk to you about that.
How come Mike and Third Eye did theirs for 1,500 and 1,700? What's up
For
with
what?
that?
What did they do?
Depends on what you put in it. I can build one for 900. It'll work. It'll work really
God,
well.
For like $600, you could build a reasonably fast PC.
No, I'm talking about something that'll process 4K.
4K.
Gary.
That's what I've been talking about. Which
There you go, drone shots. That's up right there. That is up. 386 SX, 4 megabyte of RAM.
Hey, Brian, what was the problem? What did you fix?
No, I am now a magician because that's the only way I can describe it. I've wrestled alligators and I've come out unscathed. There you go. But yeah, let me see. It's Sunday, June 9th. Update, Microsoft. Downloaded it onto my PC on the 13th, Sunday. Monday, turn on my computer, no sound. Well, that sucks, but it's happened before, so we'll just ignore it for now. Okay, let's go work on a video. Oh, none of my videos play. No MP4, no MOV, nothing works. Nothing. So, well, this really sucks. Now I have no way to play video, and I can't hear a damn thing. Said, okay, time to reload the drivers, because I just built everything, reload them all. 3 times reloaded them, no change. Said, well, time to hit on Microsoft, because I know what happened. So I opened up a ticket with them, because I am a Microsoft
OME.
insider.
Yeah.
Yeah, they took 48 hours to get to me, and they said, leave your computer on for 48 hours. And this is after installing the updates again. Uninstalling them, reinstalling them one at a time. There were 2 culprits. But anyway, just as it was, 5 days later, I got my sound back. Sort of. I got my sound back through headphones, no speakers. Okay, I'm going to go down and get a sound card. Get me a sound card. Voila, got speakers. And my video came back, except none of the stuff that I had on the C drive, none of it played. I don't give a crap what video format it was. If it came from that C drive, it would not play. Now, most of my video is on my other drive, so well, that's not the end of the world. So this past, yesterday, all of a sudden, everything plays. Microsoft has been working on this PC of mine because I keep getting these little messages from them. Did you update your drivers? Did you update blah, 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 blah? Yes. So, yeah, I've been having lots of fun.
So they've been doing this on the backside for you.
They told me initially to leave my computer on for 48 hours. They were, I gave them the back door to process, which I hate doing.
Yeah.
But the one offending update is not on my computer still. So I'm just worried about what happens when that comes back. Either they're going to change it or I don't know. I mean, this has something to do because I've got a new computer, all new drivers with a new motherboard. It hosed everything. Oh, tonight, just tonight, the main soundboard on my motherboard came back. It's magic. It's just freaking magic.
Sweet.
Oh, jeez. That's crazy.
It's a gaming laptop, isn't it?
Yes, aggressive.
Well, I just updated on my one computer here to the new the version 2004, and I'm doing a test on that because I had different things happened to 3 different computers. Not one of them was doing the same thing. On the main desktop here, I could not get Adobe Acrobat to run, so it would not run. And I could not run TeamViewer to access my clients for remote login. And all it does is come up and says, double check the file link. File does not exist. Program doesn't exist.
I say that's, all my drivers show to be good. So it's not like, I even tried updating them from the manufacturer, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. God, there was one little detail. My wife and I were out at a restaurant in town. The woman across from us worked in IT for some big oil and gas company. Mm-hmm. And she was saying the same, her whole system crashed after that update.
Yeah.
So, the whole time I'm thinking, don't tell me this is only me.
No, it isn't. And it happened in a lot of different things.
Yeah. I actually went over to her and I asked her the details. I said, what happened to yours? Mm-hmm. And it was nothing like mine, but she said it was definitely that update.
Yeah.
Hey, where'd the other guy go? I wanted to sing to him. I wear my sunglasses at night.
Joe's going to pop back in. We're popping in and out as we go.
So it sounds, from the sounds of it, Gary, Brent Ariels, myself, and Bob Casey are all Mac guys.
Bob just got a brand new Apple.
Oh, I'm sorry, Adrian. I'm sorry, and Adrian.
I'm sorry,
brother.
And you guys don't. And you guys don't have this update problem.
Don't have any problems like that. I'd call Apple if I ran into that shit. Then I take it down to the Apple store.
Yeah.
Well, you paid enough money. You should get that kind of service.
They double.
But and that goes back to what Dan is talking about earlier. And different computers. How many different manufacturers do you have out there that are running a Windows platform?
The real question is, how many of you guys are toying with Linux?
What's that?
None of us.
I said the real question is, how many of you guys are actually toying with Linux? That's where
I've been for 20 years.
What are you going to do with Linux?
My man, I would assume that Jim has probably been a Linux fan.
What are you going to use it for, though? You can't
coding.
That's just it, though. Coding. There's so much hardware it's not compatible with. It's just not worth it.
Right.
I got
So that's
shit
why
tons
you
of
run
books up here for Linux, though.
Yes, that's why you run dual boot though. But whenever you're talking about beta testing software that you're designing or building, you would rather run that in something like Ubuntu Linux or something like that, which is where you're not going you're not going to get that through, unfortunately, doing Apple stuff. So there's big differences where I have my wants and needs out of open source versus proprietary. If it comes to something that I just want, it's like DJI. When you get something, you just want it to function out of the box. You don't want to deal with the hassle. When it comes to PCs, I prefer the hassle because some of the things that I do are very selectively based towards the needs of this versus this. I would be super stuck with an Apple computer. It would make me sad every day staring at it, knowing I can't do what I need to do with a Microsoft or Linux-based software computer. So, I mean, there's just certain things you got to take into consideration. For me, it's all Windows and Linux all day because there's just so much fun to be had with it. So,
if you know what you're doing.
Right.
You're playing with open source software on Linux, though, right?
Yeah. That's where a lot of your building, your code and stuff comes in.
It's very malleable.
Yes.
It's like clay.
In fact, if you look at most servers, most of your hosting companies, most of it's all running on Linux servers.
Yep.
It can't be hacked once it's locked up.
Yeah.
You know,
unless you make it openware.
Yes, it can.
Oh, it
unless
can.
you make it like openware.
But it's a lot less likely.
Right.
Yeah. And it's just like with Apple. It's like Apple with the DJI. When they build that application for the iOS, it's only one platform. When you're building it for an Android, how many multiple platforms are you having to build that for?
Right.
Because there's variances by the manufacturer. The same way with Windows. It's the same way. But the reason I've always been around Windows is like you're saying. And I know with Jim had mentioned it too. It's a software for decades. I mean, I had special estimating software, AutoCAD. You couldn't run AutoCAD on a Mac machine. You can now, but
can you now?
Going through and building machines up, you built them for the horsepower for what you were going to, run on the machine.
Yeah, what you want to use it for. That's the only reason I have a gaming computer in the first place.
All right.
Like you've got Alienware, I've got the Asus Rogue.
But see, that's what I said. My laptop is designed to do very specific things to my needs. Whereas if I bought a proprietary Apple computer, I'm stuck with what it gives me. I don't have options to change that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So that's where my frustrations come in with that proprietary side of things. That's why I've always been more of a open source drone guy. It's the same thing. Like I don't want to be stuck with what I'm stuck with. I want to be able to alter it, modify it, and make it better.
United we Apple. No way, Bob.
I don't think so, Bob. You got it. The United.
You guys got to put the shirt behind you too.
Yeah.
Just like those.
United we PC.
Although, well, for my drones, Bob, I do have iPhones or iPad minis that I run for my drones. So
you have all iPhone. Your phones are iPhone, but you use a PC. You would think you would like a Mac.
I've used a Mac only for a very short period of time, and maybe because I was so into Windows, I never gave it a fair shot. All the time, because I had a friend of mine that with their business, they were in the cabling industry. And they actually made all their computers dual boot for Apple and for PC.
There you go. Dual boot's the way to go.
And they would use it just depending on the situation you'd use it for, because some of the software that they could use for their bundlings and stuff, the software that was on the Apple machine was far better than anything on a Windows machine.
Yeah.
And so they used that to build their bundles up, because what they were doing was building custom bundle cables. I mean, the largest one they built for us was just shy of 400 conductors. They're stamped, so they were identified the whole length of the whole entire run.
Could you dual boot a Mac? Would that be a possibility?
What?
I don't think I've ever heard of it being done.
What, dual boot?
Yeah, dual boot a Mac. You think you could dual boot a Mac?
Is that a challenge?
Well, I mean, if you
think you
could, then I
can.
might have a reason to get one. You know,
I think you can. You can do it.
I don't see why. Well, I really don't know. I mean,
there's very different software and hardware needed.
The thing
to
about it is
operate
Linux and Mac really do set up the same way. So
Think so?
Well, they did years ago. Let's put it like that. I don't know if they still do now.
We're not still using high mem files, are we? That's not a thing. That's not a thing anymore that you'd have to really stress, right? HAM files?
Isn't the Windows a locked system where you can't add to it?
No, we're not talking about adding to the system.
I mean, Apple.
Well,
same thing.
To run Windows?
It's a matter of booting.
We're talking about the command prompt for booting. So when you reach the boot menu, what if I wanted to select, what if I could install Windows or Linux, have a dual boot setup where I could choose to run the Mac OS or I could choose to run the Linux OS at boot up?
Right.
Could the Mac actually handle the OS boot? You know, if I decided to do a version of Windows on it, would that be a possibility, or a version of Linux? Because then if that would be the case, then why not? I'd get a Mac all day because then I can switch.
Dan, Gary's saying here, Brent Ariel's BootCamp is a PC emulator free on the Apple Store.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I can run an emulator on this too,
I mean,
where I can run Mac on here, but it's not going to function the same way.
No,
you know, it's not going to be nearly as powerful. It won't have, you know,
you're going to need bukus of memory too.
Right.
So what's the point of getting an iMac? What's the benefit of having an iMac over a PC?
Well, and that's kind of what the whole discussion is right now.
I'm still trying to figure it out.
I mean, you're paying a lot more. That's about it.
You pay a lot more for Apple, and apparently you have less problems. They wait before they do these updates.
You still get viruses, though, don't you?
Not as
Rarely.
much at all.
Rarely do you get them on a Mac.
Never had a virus on my MacBook Pro.
That's because it's Apple sitting at their headquarters writing the virus for all the Windows PC to cause all the complications.
Nah, dude, that's Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs lives in the Mac world. He's just going around killing viruses to death.
What's GRUB, Mark?
I'm looking with TaTor wrote.
I mean, I know he's saying BootCamp, and Third Eye says BootCamp. Gary says BootCamp. They're all emulators. But I never heard of GRUB.
Man. What is it?
GRUB. GRUB.
I don't know what GRUB is. I'm gonna do a search real quick.
GRUB is that's the root of Linux.
Yeah.
Yeah.
GRUB.
It's the
Jim, put Adrian back in here. I'm gonna step out. I'm gonna go eat dinner, dude.
All right, brother.
All right, guys. You take care. Thanks for letting me in, Jim.
Nice meeting you. Have a good night.
Thanks for
later, man. GRUB is an Air. Entering rescue mode. GRUB rescue.
Yeah, that's it. I was trying. I knew it was part of Linux. I couldn't remember. Like I said, I haven't.
That's never popped up for me, so I don't even know what that is. You know. But apparently, it's some kind of how to fix GRUB error, such as partition entering rescue mode for GRUB rescue. So yeah, okay, that makes sense. I'm with it.
I never heard of it.
I haven't either. That's why I was like, never played.
How could you forget GRUB? I mean, it's just there's grubs in my computer now. Oh, great. I know I need to clean it out. Oh, I guess I let it go too long.
That's right. Put some tack fly paper down in the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Bye, Thomas.
Hey, Thomas.
Says it works. Oh, Tomas, you going?
No, he's saying goodbye to L.
Oh, I thought he said all. Bye, all.
Because Tomas is in Ireland, so I don't even know what time it is.
It's morning. Right. 8 hours for me from here.
2:30 in the morning over there.
Yeah, it's 2:30.
How to install Windows 10 on a Mac using BootCamp Assist? Yeah, but you're not installing it.
Yeah, it's there's another word for it.
It's just an emulation of it.
There was something box. It ended with box.
VirtualBox.
Thank you.
Right. And that's what we use on like Windows. I'll use VirtualBox.
I use VirtualBox on Windows to run 3D software.
Right.
God, it sucks trying to remember all this tech stuff and get old.
Yeah, I know.
Right, now, see, this is interesting. How to get Ubuntu 18.04 Linux on Mac OS X with Mac OS dual boot. So apparently there is a way to do a Linux flash, but not a complete Windows flash.
Ubuntu is about the most stable Linux there is out there that I know of anyway.
Right.
Oh, by the way, one thing I did do at Linux, this is at least 15 years ago. I have a DCC system on my train thing back there behind me. I programmed the computer with the keyboard, stop, start, blow the horn, lights. And I was thinking, well, this is like a $700 or $800 way to control my trains.
Why didn't you just get a Raspberry Pi?
I'm saying, man, I'm just thinking, well, this is cool, but this is stupid. I got that expensive computer running a train here.
Well, DCC is phenomenal.
I don't even know what that is.
When that came about for railroad, that was phenomenal.
Yeah, it still is. It's really the only thing that's worth a hoot on it.
Yeah,
it still works. They never have improved it though.
Mm-hmm.
But DCC Jim is just a control platform for model trains.
Okay.
You're taking digital control like each locomotive, so that you've got power to the track. Period. But you're controlling digitally each locomotive
and now the
engine separately.
The engines now have cards you can put into them that are wireless. That you don't even need to have all these wires anymore. But you're talking about some major expense now. I mean, one of those engines is like $250, $300, and the card can be over $100.
Mm-hmm.
It gets a little pricey.
I bought a HO set for my godson for his children for Christmas. It was a HO set, and it has a controller with up to 10 DCC spots. Came with 2 engines, cars, and everything for like $300 and some bucks as a starter kit.
That wasn't a cheap one. That's pretty good though.
But for everything it came with the tracks, 2 engines, and 3 cars, a 10-channel controller, and
I'm talking about putting Octopi on a 3D printer so you can see when it screws up. You buy a $20 Raspberry Pi, any little camera you got laying around, and you can hook that up so you're watching your printer through your Wi-Fi on your cell phone.
$20 Raspberry Pi. Go down to Marie Callender's when it's on sale for $7.99.
Well, you see what I'm saying, though, right? It's a whole lot cheaper than this DCC you're talking about.
Oh, DCC. I mean, the basic system now. Well, first of all, it was always like a minimum of $100. But yeah, the whole system. Once you start buying into it, that'll run $300 to $500.
Mm-hmm.
And every time you add a card to a new engine, unless it comes with the card
engine.
That's another thing too. The engines are like $250. If they don't have a card, or if they don't have a card, if they have a card, you're looking at almost $500.
What scale are you running?
8.0.
Okay. Yeah, I've got LGB. I got from my son decades ago. The Garden Railroad gauge.
LGBT. I don't think I really heard of that in the railroad scale.
The LGBT.
G gauge.
G what?
Spot? G gauge?
What has this man got here? Oh, we have an unboxing.
All right.
Or a box of old Linux crap, one of the two.
Yeah, my sister lived in Germany for 16 years, and she went to LGB over there and their test center over there. Their whole outside garden facilities over there. In the middle of the winter, the doors would open up, the plow locomotive would come out, and it would start plowing the tracks the whole entire way.
Lionel, there you go.
Lionel.
That's not Joe.
These are probably 35 years old, man. I had these before. Yeah, my dad. These are actually really heavy. These are
dude. That's like a $1,500 to $2,000 engine.
Oh yeah, easily, man. I have so many of these. We have electrical. Like I have all these are still in the box. We haven't really played with any of these. I had tracks set up when I was a kid. Me and my dad built a huge model, but most of these just stay in the box. The engine, unfortunately, when we moved, took a little bashing right there and broke one of the connection knuckles. So I have to figure out how to get this fixed. But I'll tell you what, man, this was the most fun I ever had as a kid building a train set with my pops. I will never forget how much fun it was building massive underground train station in my basement of our house. That's something I would love to get back into with a kid of my own, you know.
Yeah, my ex father-in-law, well, my mother-in-law, her husband, he went to Chicago, and his mom went to go see his mom, and she goes, "I got a bunch of stuff here you need to take home with you." She brings up all these boxes from downstairs, and the inside was his, as a kid, original Lionel train set in the original boxes, every single piece, and boxes of track. And he goes, he brought it back, and I'm sitting there going, do you realize how much money you have there? I mean, you're talking tens of thousands of dollars with everything he had in there.
Yep.
We used to have this hobby shop where they had the train tracks that would go around the whole inside of the store.
Mm-hmm.
But then he also had a track where all these guys would modify their cars, and you could race your cars against each other.
Yeah.
And these were grown men. This was like a big hobby back then.
Sure.
It still is,
slot car
actually.
tracks.
Is it still big, Bryan?
I said it still is in a lot of places.
Are you talking about slot car tracks?
Slot cars.
Yeah.
Slot cars.
I mean, they would beef those things up. They would scream.
Brent says mine's new. His is 60 years old. I don't deny that. That train's older than I am, so that's impressive already right there. It's got 2 years on me.
Yeah, to be able to get that passed down, like you said, is amazing.
Yeah. I don't.
Can you buy that today?
No. Oh no. I don't even know if I'll be able to have that engine fixed. Honestly, I probably could at somewhere that does very specific work like that.
You could.
But
Yeah.
I've been looking for the knuckles, man, but every time I search for the numbers on it, there's no knuckles to be found. So I think it's going to have to go to a specialty shop that performs repairs on these old engines. I'd love to get it working again because I got tons of track, you know.
Now, are those newer ones plastic, or are they metal like the old ones?
No, this one's die cast.
Yeah.
Steel and painted
probably
over.
Plastic, right?
Plastic, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can get metal too. Like the HOs, still a lot of the HOs are metal.
Yeah.
No. The ones that are metal and HO cost like $2,000. You got to paint them.
Because I know the kit that I bought, like I said, there were metal cars and engines, so I was surprised.
And some of these came with funky features, like this one here came with a truck and trailer on it, like a flatbed. This is kind of a neat one. This Conrail Mercury 18-wheeler that goes on the back of this thing. This has a pin lock. This one couldn't go very fast around the track, but so that goes on there.
That's
and then
coming off.
Yeah.
And then the actual truck for it is right here, so that would be somewhere on the rig, you know. You'd have to put that somewhere on your whatever. But, I mean, once it's locked in, it's pretty good. But if you were to hit the brakes, man, I think this thing would go sailing. Oh, maybe not. It locked in there pretty solid.
Yeah.
Huh.
How big is the track you got for all your trains?
I don't know, man. We had enough to go around our whole basement, so we spent
Oh, that's pretty cool.
You know, yeah, we had a ton. Hell, we built paper mache. God, man, my childhood was fun. I'll be honest with you. We built paper mache mountains and stuff in the bottom, and then we put holes through them with chicken wire, and then it would go through the tunnel out the other side. Drilled all the holes for the little tiny trees to plant them in, got the fake grass and glued it down to the deck and spread it all over, built a small city in town. I think we used a can to build the water tower. It actually looked really cool. I think I got pictures of it from like 91 or 92. If I can find those pictures, I'll show them to you guys.
It's like making the paper mache volcano. Only you made it as a mountain so the train could go through it. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and then we'd throw dirt on it to make it look like hillside, and then we'd put little, colored chunks in it. So
we had those, but we had 4 boys. Well, I had 4 boys and 2 girls in my family. And when you had something, it didn't last long. One of them would break it. When I got into the Estes rockets, none of them were interested in that. So I was off on my own, and nobody would destroy that part of it, you know?
Right.
We used to make anything. I mean, in those days, you could take a toilet paper, the inner roll, and glue them together and make your own damn rockets.
So, Jim, Bob Casey asked a question.
Yeah, expensive.
Nobody said the train hobby was cheap. I think it's about it's a lot more expensive than droning. I can tell you
yes,
that.
it is.
Trains are very expensive, especially when you're going with DCC.
Even those boxes look mint condition that you have, Dan.
Oh, they're not too bad, man. They're a little beat up from, a couple of years. Like this one, a lot of the humidity now has started getting at some of this stuff. So I got to get probably a little better container to put these in. But yeah, they still all are pretty fairly good shape. So
they've
Jim, it looks like they're cutting you a break here.
Yeah, they brought it down from 3,000 to 2,400. But you notice they're still saying, I mean, they won't admit that them taking the drone apart breaks it. Because if you read this crap, the top and lower shell damaged, expansion kit, button damaged. Now you see on my pictures, the button's there. The battery compartment is not damaged in my pictures. The batteries don't eject. This is all because they took the drone apart. And yet they're telling you the main controller board functions normal. RTK connects with no issues. So if there's no, wait.
That's a test. The test main controller board.
Okay, so then why is there a $1,582 main controller?
No, their test. Remember we talked about this. Their test board that they put in worked.
It's not what they say.
Yeah, it is. The test. Read what it says.
Parts and labor listed below. Top and lower shell damaged. Expansion kit button damaged. Battery compartment damaged. No, batteries do not eject. Main controller issue. Test main controller functions normal.
Test main controller. Yeah,
their board functions normal. The RTK connects with no issues on theirs.
Yeah.
We know mine's bad. That's why I sent it in.
They put their test board in there to make sure the rest of the stuff is functioning.
But they didn't say they took the bird apart and broke all this crap, and now I have to pay for the crap they broke.
Of course not. You don't admit guilt.
So you send them pictures. I know they got the drone, but when you send the pictures in to confirm it was in mint condition, what was their response to that?
This is the response. This is today. June.
Oh, this is from today. Okay.
They deny destroying it in any way, shape, or form, as you can see. Now, this was 2,900, and it's now down to 2,490. What did they change? I don't know. It's all still the same crap.
10% first time, 5% the second time.
There's the discount. Why give me the discount? Why not just admit you broke all this crap in the first place?
That's why we mentioned just send them that letter.
So it's like buy a new Inspire 2 drone or pay for this one to be fixed. Matrice to be fixed. You know what I'm saying, right? The outrageousness of it, the ridiculousness of it. Look, why don't you admit that when you have to take these birds apart, you're going to break something? They're saying that they glue it and seal it together to make it IP43 rated, waterproof. And so that means we're assuming here because they won't, Dan, this is what I was trying to tell you. They're not going to admit any wrongdoing on their part.
So my question is, why don't they just use Glue Buster like I use on the 3DR Solo packs to break them apart?
I saw you use it.
30 seconds, bro.
I saw you use it live. I don't
All
know.
you have to do is neutralize the chemical balance when you're done with water real fast, and it stops all the dissolving factor. It doesn't dissolve. It just breaks the glue loose, and then if you just wet it down real fast, it's over with.
They can't sell you parts then.
Oh well. Seems shady to me.
Seems.
How much is a new Inspire?
3,000.
Is
Yeah, but that's not what he has. He has a Matrice. That's
Same
the
thing.
big difference between the Inspire and the Matrice.
$14,000.
Well, that's just it, Jim. You know, they got that new Matrice. They want you to buy that one.
That's $26,000.
I know. Hey,
Holy shit.
This is my drone. There's the switch. And you can see this battery case is not broken. Well, they have to split this top shell from the bottom shell. They have to split it apart. And in doing so, they break all of this.
Why make such a shitty design that you can't even break to get inside?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, the Matrice look beautiful, but goddamn.
When they turn around and break it, see what I did here was I just lightened it up. I took a picture from the video and lightened it up to prove that there's nothing broken. But anyway, these are their pictures. This is the pictures that they show. Where? DJI repair pictures right here. This is what they show. And they send this to me. Now, they took the switch out and they pried this thing open, but they don't say that, hey, we broke your drone in opening it up, so you're going to have to pay for that. This is all supposedly their seal glue line that has to come apart in order to fix anything inside. And when they do that, they break the bird.
They did a number to down bird.
Anyway. Now, this was always my argument because mine says not ready to go. It says cannot take off. And it doesn't show any battery information at all, mine. Because the flight controller is broken and it doesn't know that there's any batteries in it. But anyway, these are their pictures. Anyway, so that's what you're stuck with, a company that's not going to admit that they did something wrong in the first place. And, you know, if you had told us, hey, during this repair, it may incur some damages and we're going to have to charge you for that. Wouldn't you feel a little better about that?
Yes.
And you might say, okay, I accept that. Or you could say, no, I don't accept that. Send it back. Right? Give you an option.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have options. That's just the way it is. And Steve and I have been through this a million times. So we're assuming that when they say their test board works fine, we're assuming that they took mine apart and ran their test main controller board in there to say that it works fine. Right?
Yeah. Well, like I said, we need to write them the letter to, you know, Rocky Mountain and put it in, like I said, in the form of a question so they don't feel threatened, and then let them go to DJI.
Because, you know, the top and bottom damaged and all that, they're not saying that they're the ones that damaged it. Or during the process of repairing your aircraft, these items got damaged, you will have to pay for that. Now, I knew I was going to have to eat the $1,582 for the main controller board because I did not send it in when it had started having problems, and I should have. But you don't, it wasn't doing it every flight, which is why
Blow me up here, Jim.
Dan's going to show you this stuff called Glue Buster.
This is what they should have done to keep damage from happening to it. This battery is not pryable. It's been glued from the insides. I could pry on this all day until I broke my fingers trying to get this thing apart. I could put every ounce of energy I had until I hurt my fingers and dented them. This thing won't come apart. It is very solidly glued, right? This stuff is like magical, right? It's just incredible stuff. I've used a lot of interesting products, but this one here, by far, is the most fun I've ever played with.
Now watch this.
Why didn't they just use this? The fucking DJI, they make trillions of dollars in fucking drones.
Watch this. Ready?
Look at
Are
that.
you shitting me?
Nope.
Neutralize it.
Live.
Neutralize it with water.
Not even a crack.
Nope.
Nope. Neutralize it with water and you're done.
Are you shitting me?
It's coming right apart.
Live on camera.
What the fuck? I've never heard of that before.
Now, instead, DJI is breaking the top shell and the bottom shell and charging you for it.
You know, you got a drone that's got a crack in it and it's glued. How reliable is that going to be? You know?
Now look at Tomas. Tomas says just pay the $24.90 and be happy with it, Jim. Why? I didn't break that stuff. Why don't you just tell me you broke it and I'll still pay it? But admit you broke it.
There's like no liability on their point, and then all these extra items have to be replaced because of.
Right. Now remember, this is $900 in parts they broke. And
But you'll notice the only thing that got hurt was the glue all along the edge. It just parted and just split ways. The case itself is fine. Hey, if I had left it on there, it would have destroyed the plastics. But as you can see, it didn't even do anything to the finish of it. It's all still perfectly fine. You just got to neutralize it with water.
Yeah, Joe?
If you paid that $2,400, could you dispute the charges after you get your drone back?
They're going to laugh at you. You already paid them.
I mean, if you use a credit card, though, you could dispute it and say that it was, damaged by the company.
Well,
I'd be worth a shot because they tried to, rip you off.
Unfortunately, Joe, once he pays it, the credit card is going to say it's a valid charge. I doubt he'll be able to dispute that.
Yeah, the price is to repair my original Matrice that had a main controller board failure, which is your flight controller board. That's a $1,500 board. There's an extra $900 in there for parts they broke taking it apart. And as you see, didn't need to happen if you watched
more than that too. The gimbal, that's not having anything to do with it.
I don't understand those extra. I don't understand these extra charges. What is the FPV gimbal and camera module about?
I'm going to glue it back together.
They're fine. Then you got the upper shell and the lower shell. We understand, right?
Send it to DJI, Dan.
Send it to DJI. Why don't you guys just do this?
But this is the part they broke. The expansion bay for $552 and the battery compartment for $347. They broke them. That's $900 right there.
Now, Jim, would you be happy if they deduct another $900?
Be fair, man. Yes, I would. Be fair. And
did you raise some more hell with them about that?
I've been dealing with this for the last 20 days. They've had it. I keep trying to tell them.
Because remember, you also had a problem with your DJI battery swelling. Before they were giving you hell, then eventually you got 3 more, or you got new ones. I mean, you got thousands of dollars wasted in drone. I mean, I would assume they will do something to keep you happy.
Well, that's why I was telling Jim earlier this afternoon, we were talking, write a letter to his dealer and let the dealer send it into them, and putting it in the form of a question saying, I sent the drone to you. The case was not damaged. None of this was broken. Why is the shell and everything now broken? And why was the battery module, when I shipped it to you, everything was functioning 100% perfectly, and yet now these other modules are damaged and I'm having to pay to have them replaced? Why?
And I got proof that it wasn't damaged before you got it.
Yeah. I've got live video and all the pictures of mine. This is
Well,
my
that's what I'm saying.
original.
You just need to write the letter, Jim, like we talked about.
Yeah, that's all I need to do. I haven't written 75 letters yet. This has been going on for a month. This is
Okay,
from the
well,
original packaging.
we'll do 76 then.
I mean,
Jim, I know that we all laughing, and I don't think that Steve is actually laughing at your face. But I mean, I think he makes a valid point. I mean, I know you pissed off. Shit, I would be mad too. But something got to give. That much is a very expensive drone. I don't think that you want to go ahead and let it go anyway. So maybe just go ahead and do that, and I mean, you just keep going, keep barking, and eventually somebody with freaking common sense will be like, hey, he deserves this.
Yeah, Tomas, he knows you're joking. He's just in a bad mood, and I fully understand his mood. And he gets into it, and I keep on trying to reel him back, saying, just put it in the form of a writing, and that way it's in writing. You have it down. It's documented. You've got your pictures. Now I want answers. You're saying it's going to be this. Why is it broken? It was not broken when I shipped it to you.
this was what was sent to
Let
them.
them explain it.
This bird in this condition, with that switch, with no cracks here, all that was what was sent to them. All it had was a main controller board inside here that was dead. It was having ESC errors. It couldn't connect to the GPS or the RTK system, so it didn't know where it was. It wouldn't tell you the battery values and all that. So it got sent back in this condition. They broke it apart, and you wind up paying for it.
Make a video.
I did.
I'll make a video. I'll help you.
Huh? You think you can do better?
Oh, I'll get their attention. Cause I'm peeing on my trees. I'm peeing on my trees.
This, by the way, is air data, and air data tells you your internal serial numbers. And then this is the printed sticker on the outside of the bird. This is your FAA registration. These are all your other aircraft. And it'll tell you all the flight history and all that other crap. But anyway.
Hey, Jim?
Yes, sir.
If you got your matrice back and that didn't match up, wouldn't that add to your case that it's not your bird, or no?
No, the new information that came out today that he received,
I know they said
and found online, no, all matches. It was the way that they wrote it and what they put down before. That's what their problem was. These people don't know what they're doing, and they're supposed to be the experts.
Yeah.
Brant knows exactly what I'm talking about. That's accurate, Brant. Exposure of the wrong side of things is not what they're looking for.
So we're talking like investigative reporting here.
Pretty much. And this one, this is the video I kept showing them where it shows no damage. And here you even see me opening up the damn case.
We did see you opening the case. You took it off.
Right there in the video.
No, you took it off.
Yes, I know. That was a picture from this video.
Yeah.
But this video was made March 14th of 2020. So that's the RTK system. This is the drone, and here I am showing them that the yellow flashing lights mean it's not connected. Everything's in perfect condition. Just tell me where you see a cracks and a missing switch, boys, and I'll pay you. This is the bird that was sent to them. And then I proceed to show them the software which says cannot take off and no battery information. Here, I'll stop it. See, cannot take off, NA for batteries. You can press that, and it shows absolutely no battery information whatsoever. But anyway, what are you going to do, right?
Write the letter. and address those points and put it in the form of a question and just be very diplomatic about it, like I said.
See, that would be my problem. Diplomatic with $3,000.
Well, I know, and I'll tell you what, as I've gotten older, in dealing with as many years now as I've been dealing with counties, state, and governmental agencies, there's one thing I have learned.
What?
You can attract bees with honey a lot better than being the one that's adversary. And by asking everything in the form of a question, it opens up the dialogue, and you'd be surprised how things can change. Takes us a long time, just like anything else, especially in government. Everything moves at a pace that's so slow, you think you're going to die before you even get one answer.
But I've been to their engineers, everything. They all say all the equipment lines up to be yours. All the serial numbers and all that line up to be your aircraft. So then the only thing that we can say is that, okay, by them trying to fix it, they broke it. And that because they broke it, we have to pay for these repair items that they broke. If you could explain that to me, then I would say, okay, but that's not what they're saying. They're saying they received it broken.
You have reached DJI outside of our regular hours of operation. You can reach us Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6
Good luck with that.
Standard Time. Visit www.dji.com/support to chat with our DJI engineers, write us an email, or create a repair case online. Thank you for calling DJI.
No problem.
That's a half-hour wait because after you connect with DJI tech support, then they tell you, oh, we have to send you over to enterprise tech support. That's another 20 minutes.
Yeah, well, that all depends on the jet stream. Going back from from China back over to the States.
I was going to say, that's the other thing too. When they say Monday or Friday, whose Monday or Friday are they talking about?
I get, if you go on DJI's forums right now and go under Pro Systems, you will see Jim's video, the one you just watched, with a shootload of other information that cannot be denied because I have EXIF data on all my pictures, the original date they were taken. And that's it, boys. I can prove it out the ass. They're not listening. They don't care.
That's why I don't care to pursue the Mavic Mini overheating thing. I'll do it on YouTube because I'll get their attention.
Why don't I just go to DJI forums and show you? Okay.
Jimmy boy, I'm going to have to split here, buddy.
DJI forum. Yeah, all right, Dan. Appreciate
My bad.
Hey, Dan.
Nipples, what?
Hey, man, before you leave, remember when we talked about, and you were saying that when you fly the DJI Mavic Mini in the heat, it gets all crazy and stupid?
Yeah.
Okay.
I flew mine, and it was hot as hell, about 107 degrees here, and I flew it. I went like 8,500 feet, came back, no problem. It flew like a champ. Are you still having a problem?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, it's having some serious issues right now.
So is it
I'm out of warranty.
I didn't have any problem at all. Mine flew just...
What? You didn't have any problem at all?
No.
I'm out of warranty, so I'm just going to tear it down. Have a look inside and see what's going on.
You're over a year old already on it, Dan?
I don't think that I got the warranty receipt with it when I got it for sponsorship.
Oh.
As a sponsored drone, I don't think there was a warranty with the thing.
Well, the DJI should still be honoring the warranty of the drone itself. They're the manufacturer.
I'll have to get with the guy that sent it to me, and we'll see.
I would check because DJI is the warranty company, not the.
But I still don't want to send it to him. I want to take the thing and tear it apart and find out what makes it tick.
Tell us the truth, Dan. You just want to tear into it.
I just want to tear it up and see what's inside.
He wants to see if that glue
heartbeat.
remover really works on that too.
What's that? Yeah. Yeah, where's that heartbeat? I'll find it. Why are you overheating, little thing? If I tear it down, I'm going to go ahead and modify it. I'm going to order a small CPU fan, and I'm just going to put it on there and solve that. I don't care if it's overweight. What am I mad about? If it weighs like 5 grams more by adding a little fan to it, it's over the weight limit, and I have to register it now. Oh, geez, my registration numbers are free for all my drones anyways. Do I really care? No. You know, it's like one of those things where $5 is $5. You know what I mean?
Right. You have just put another sticker. You already have the number.
So this is since when?
Right. That's my point. I'm not, you know, I just gonna have to add it on to my renewal. My renewal I did in 2016. It's carried all the way to 2020. So I was one of the first people to register when all that went down. You remember that?
Yep.
And then if you got your money back, then you were screwed and had to re-register. So I've actually been registered now for what, almost 4 years. I got 180 days left on this registration, and then I have to renew. So this is the hell with it. $5. Just do it.
Normally they're registered for sort of warranted for a year, and batteries are 6 months or 200 charges.
Okay. Well, it's only had like 44 flights altogether since I've owned it. So
you're well under that.
The fact that it's overheating at only 44 flights really ticks me off. Something evil.
You know, go to the local liquor store, take the drone in the walk-in box, and ask them you want to fly your drone around inside there for.
What I love is it.
Right.
If they want to turn around and say you abused the bird or something like that, the only way they do that is by looking into the flight data.
Which is what they asked me for, and I told them I'm not sure I'm willing to give that to them unless we go public with this. They have to do it publicly with me in front of everybody if we're going to do it.
All right, but if you open up Air Data, a free account with Air Data,
I know I have Air Data.
You can replay your own flights and see all the data yourself before they get to complain.
That's how we got the ESC warnings when we first started having Mavic Mini problems, and we were running it through there to find out that it was having all sorts of ESC shutdown errors. But the point was, I wanted to see what DJI's response for this was going to be and how they were going to handle it. That was the whole idea of that video. I got their attention because they reached out to me in the comment section. Not just one of them, but like 6 of them. And they were all trying to get me to go to email. No, we don't want it. We want to work with you just separately away from everybody. But I don't want to do that. I want to do it with everybody. It's not fun doing it your way. You need to do it my way. Let's do it my way. All right? Play ball with Dan for once. No, you don't want to? Oh, well, I'm going to wreak havoc on your world then. Sorry.
I believe they added 6 months onto the registrations, the FAA.
Yeah.
But, and DJI I saw something where they extended the warranties for a couple of months, but it was nothing like, it wasn't 6 months. I think it was 3 months. That makes sense to you guys?
Damn, you're bald. Sorry.
Customers
Adrian,
are always
are you
right.
with us right now, bro?
So what now?
What?
What did you say? I'm over here reading what Ed and Mike is over here.
You were zoning out, bro, on a phone call. You're like,
no, I was talking to my brother about something. Don't worry about that.
Who's pregnant, bro? Huh? You pregnant?
No, not yet.
You? What?
Not yet.
He has to go down to the DMV and have it changed to X on his license.
Hey, I do have a question for you guys because somebody told me in one of my videos, told me this. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. When it comes to registering your drone, I got 6 drones that I have registered with the FAA. Somebody told me that you only have to register 1 and then you could use the same number on every drone. That's not true.
That's if you're a recreational flyer.
For a recreational flyer.
That's who I am.
I thought recreational flyers only got to register 5 drones under 1 registration number.
No, all your drones for 1.
Okay, but wait a minute. How the hell can you do that? Because anytime you go under the FAA, it asks you for the specific serial number of that drone. So how the hell can you
choose 1 drone and do it with 1 and just take the number and put it on all of them?
You do.
Are you shitting me? So
No.
I pay for every single one of them, like a brand new registration.
But that's good for 2 years, and who knows? Maybe one day you'll want to become a Part 107 pilot, and you're already paid.
So you're telling me that I didn't have to pay for the other ones?
No.
Right.
$5.
No, $5.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You don't get the sucky either, bro.
No, $5. You go all night for $10.
For $20, give you ZJ. If you have to ask what that is, you can't afford it.
No doc detail for you.
He was right then. Whoever told me that, he was right. Okay. You learn something new every day.
That's the hope, isn't it? Welcome to YouTube University.
You also learn that they're going to sit there and try and make some kind of recreational flying fields that those are the only fields we can fly at.
Oh, Danny boy.
When remote ID comes around. So where are those recreational flying fields? Anybody know?
Don't tell me that I have to drive down to your goddamn house for me to be able to fly.
There's not one near me, so I don't know where they
I
are.
have one. I'm just going to fly.
You guys in Florida, just look for those alligator fields. That's where they're going to be.
That's it. Police aren't coming around. I'm flying in the Everglades. Where you at? The middle of the Everglades patch, bro.
The mosquitoes.
Hold on, I got to fend off from an alligator. Give me a sec. The things we got to do to fly.
You know, that's the thing. That's also what I was wondering about. When this remote ID comes around in 2021, what are they going to do about FPV?
Nothing.
You can't.
Nothing. We're in and we're out before they even know what happened. Toodaloo.
Seriously, they would chase someone flying for 3-4 minutes. You know what I'm saying? That's insanity.
That's like me. Bring a spotter. I'm not going to bring a spotter. I'm going to go burn 3 packs. That's 8 minutes altogether of flying. I'm not bringing a spotter, ruining their night to go out with me for 30 minutes while I fly. Sorry, not going to happen.
Well, Bob Casey, I didn't get that email, man. That's why I could register every single drone individually.
It's on the FAA Drone Zone site.
They don't want to
Dan, you did bring a spotter. He was right there, but you don't know what happened to him. He must have gone home.
Right. That's my excuse. Whenever, I totally had a spotter. You just couldn't see him. Ninja.
Yeah,
bro.
You missed him.
Hiding in the bushes.
Missed them by that much. Get smart.
That's $5 times 6.
That's what I say when I get pulled over and jump in the passenger seat. He was here a second ago. You just missed him. I wasn't drinking. Do I look like I would be driving drinking, sir?
Adrian, look at it this way. If you ever go 107, you're already registered. You would have had to pay it anyway.
That's fucked up.
I have an AMA field, but they require a registration to join their group.
I hear you, but that hurt my feeling just knowing that I've been wrong the whole goddamn time. I thought every single one of them individually. I did not know that.
All you had to do was read under the recreational part of the FAA's drone zone there.
They do make it very clear, but I thought it was 5. I was under the impression it was only 5 were allowed under a registration number. So I was wrong.
Brian Mack.
Yes.
You owe me $30. So I take PayPal, I take a Cash App, I take Apple Pay, I take cash. No credit card, no personal checks. No.
What is that?
Brian, the check's in the mail,
Samsung Pay and Apple Pay.
I'm writing it out right now.
Do you trust that crap? I don't trust it.
No, I don't use it.
You trust what?
Apple Pay and Samsung Pay.
I don't use either of those.
Apple Pay is like almost immediately. So is Cash App.
So is PayPal, and then you have a company that will fight for you.
Yeah, I use PayPal. I don't use any of that other stuff. I don't send money through Facebook because that's just a disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Think about how many accounts get logged into and stolen from people on Facebook. That's just what you need, someone with access to your bank account now.
Exactly. And that's what eBay was happening with eBay.
Mm-hmm.
People were showing you the box of something, and then what they were actually just selling you was either the box or a picture of the box.
Yep.
There was so much crap going on, man.
They do that to people all the time. They'll tell you they have a cell phone and they'll put the picture never been opened before, and then they'll just send you a box and take your money.
Yep.
I
And
think
eBay gets stuck with it. All they do is delete the account, and the person already got the money.
if I'm not mistaken, I think on eBay there was a time where a few years back, some guy was gonna buy a PlayStation 3. They sent him a freaking box with a freaking rock in it.
The best one, though.
If that was me, I wanted to kill that son of a bitch. A freaking rock.
How are you gonna find him?
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Look for the guy walking sideways down the street because he's holding onto the rock.
Hey, JBurd, I was laughing my ass too. Like, if that was me, I would have been mad.
Oh man, that's terrible.
Dude, they sent him a freaking rock, like a beach rock, like those white beach rocks. And then it was a letter talking about thank you for your service. Man, that was pissing me out. Holy shit.
That's rotten.
That's funny as hell.
So messed up. That's why I stopped buying from eBay, because I remember buying the door pillars for my truck. They sent me some fucking tinfoil. Like wallpaper.
Are you serious?
Yes. I paid $150. They sent me a fucking roll of foil paper. Like, hey, good luck. Try it out. Son of a bitch.
Best deal you can get on eBay right here. No joke.
Hey, JBurd Drone. What is that?
You can buy an Obama fart in a jar.
No, thank you.
How about a rancid fart in a jar? That's pretty good.
Somebody was selling toast with Jesus on it on there a long time ago.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve.
Huh.
I don't know if you ever watched one of them shows of I think it was George Brown or George Matthews, where this lady was actually selling freaking dirty underwear with the pubic hair in it, and then this guy is suing because he didn't get all the pubic hair that he paid for.
Oh my God.
You are in court on national TV bitching about pubic hair from my dirty ass crotch. Are you out of your fucking mind?
Did it really?
Yeah. And he got pissed. and guess what? He won the lawsuit. The lady had to pay, either give him the dirty pubic hair or give him the money back. And he was serious about it too. He was pissed.
So did she drop her drawers right there and give him the pubic hair or what?
Hey, I have no idea. You're asking me too many questions. I don't know those people.
Was this on? No, I know what it is. You heard this from Peter Carroll because you saw this on Judge Judy, right?
No, this is from JoJo Brown. I watched that episode. I watched it.
Peter will verify that for you.
Was she ugly or good looking?
That was an ugly book. That was an ugly one. But he was mad because he put it on eBay and he said it was false advertisement. It was supposed to have like 10 pieces of pubic hair, only have 4. So he wanted to see more.
Popeye's Clash and Chicken Sandwich, rare from the first run, new, never used wrappers, $79.99.
Wow, free shipping.
Free shipping, bro. Here's a Popeye's chicken sandwich for $150, frozen. 15
sandwich.
Yeah, there you go.
How you doing, man?
Popeye's spicy chicken sandwich, frozen, overnight to you, $250, best offer. Boom. They're still selling these crappy chicken sandwiches that had a short run for extremely overpriced prices.
Why?
Hey, Jim, talking about that bullshit ass chicken sandwich in Gainesville, there was a freaking fight because they were fighting on who's gonna get sandwich. There was only 2 left. There were these idiots fighting for it.
Wow.
They were literally fighting, like 50 people fighting for 2 fucking sandwiches they haven't even paid for because they wanted it.
$555 for a Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Jesus. Man.
I don't spend enough time on the internet, man.
I told you, man, I find all the weird stuff, bro. I just be searching like crazy.
You must search hard, man. How do you find that nonsense?
I just think of the weirdest thing that somebody might buy, and then I type it in to see if somebody's selling it.
Hey, Osbeach Andy, popping in to say good morning. A quick
like
in.
Booger in a jar. That's another good one.
There you go. Hello, Andy.
You came into the weird pod, Andy. Good.
Oh, Lord.
I guess.
Have anybody heard from Matt?
Yeah, Matt was in the chat early. He had to go to work.
Oh, okay.
What the hell is that? No, never mind.
The curse of the drinking class.
Oh,
But anyway, Mike asked me how much he paid for the dirty underwear with his thing. It was like $600.
He really
What?
did.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm asking for all the pubes for that price.
Man, I'd be dragging her ass into court for that.
Feet, mustache, peach fuzz on the back of your neck. Give it all up, girl.
Hey, Steve, you just nasty. You just nasty.
Toenails too. While we're at it, that's expensive.
Oh shit!
Give them up.
I thought you had something on there, Dan. 774 nails. It was on the chicken sandwich one. You were just showing.
Oh, I was showing you Popeye's chicken sandwiches, but this guy wants $555 for one. $222 for this one. $79.99 for a chicken sandwich wrapper.
Oh yeah, potato chips with looks like a picture of Jesus or Cheeto.
Yeah, ridiculous.
The stuff that's out there is crazy.
I remember that Face of Jesus one, like Joe was talking about. That was insanity. I could see some guy in there bending his toaster wires around so he can, $500.
Yeah.
Shit, I'll do that.
Yeah, a whole loaf of bread for that.
Dude, you can buy used Q-tips on eBay, bro. Extra earwax if you want them.
Gary, I've been through the dealer too on that. Nobody's got answers.
All right, I was bailing earlier. I still got to.
Yeah,
Go.
we're all gonna go.
Yeah,
I gotta do, bro.
Bye, Dan. See you later.
10:30 for you guys.
Later,
Who
Dan.
wants to give me an elaborate handshake? Boom.
Fist bump.
I'm with it. Elbows for life.
Whatever in a no corona elbow. I mean, zero corona.
Corona taps for everybody. Toodles.
Toodaloo.
Hey, Adrian.
Yeah.
Are you still thinking about a Zino 2?
I don't know. I think I have too many damn drones for now.
Yeah, well, I don't think too much though. Mine crashed.
What did you do?
That last update, it took off on me when I was out flying yesterday.
Oh no shit! What were you? What?
Yeah.
And I was over a field, so nobody got hurt. But it was up about 300 feet, and it just came on down.
It just
on the
dropped.
return to home. Yeah.
is that the new one?
Yeah, it's the 2. It's not the plus one. It's
That's
the
not
one
even
that came
out
out
yet,
about
right?
2 months ago.
The Plus isn't out yet, is it?
No, it'll be out at the end of the month, I think.
So
And then
that's-
there's a Zino Pro Plus too.
Shit! Talk to me, Joe. So, oh my god.
Yeah, but
So
then
what
if you,
can we do
you
now?
know what, you can pre-order it now, and then you'll get it 6 months from now.
Yeah, from China on the
If you're
boat.
lucky. If you're lucky, barring any future further breakouts in China.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another round probably.
But Adrian, he said those things only have a 7-day warranty.
Really?
Yeah, if you don't
Yeah.
return.
Basically, from delivery date, 7 days to inspect it and make sure that it's operating. That doesn't include firmware updates or anything else that could come up. So
Well,
I'm screwed on it if I don't fix it.
I guess my Hubsan Zino Pro, I'm shit out of luck because I already had it way longer than that.
Yep. Where'd you order from? Hubsan US or
Actually,
Hubsan in China?
I actually got it on Amazon.
Oh, you'll be fine on Amazon. They return it.
Well, his was fine till he did the update.
Yeah, don't do any update. If you get Zeno 2,
I can't even do the update if I want to because I have to use a PC
computer.
on Mac.
for that one, yeah. Zeno 2 is mandatory. I try to avoid it.
Yeah, I just replied back to Gary.
Hey, Steve.
Yes, sir.
You a dirty old man, you know that?
Oh, I know. What can I say? But at least I say it with a smile.
Yeah, I know. I can see it. But anyway, so Joe, are you gonna send it back to them to fix it?
No, I'm just gonna put a new arm on it myself. 'Cause
So
I have two of them.
Okay. Now, Steve, I remember back in April 24, I purchased the new FIMI 2020 version.
Mhm.
And I literally canceled it back in June the 1st because I never got any updates. They never told me when they're going to send it out. They keep telling me it's going to be sent out. When I first got it, it said that it was in stock. First of all, that was from Banggood.com. It was in stock, so I bought it. 2 days after, out of stock. Now you got to wait a week. A week turned into a day, then a month, then 2 months. So I finally, I can't even call him on the phone because there's no number for me to call.
No.
I finally went ahead and got a hold of somebody through the little bullshit chat that is set up, on the app. And I was asking them, they keep giving me the runner when I say, you know what, I want to cancel it. But I had already ordered an extra like $300 with freaking accessories like batteries, parts, and all of different BS. Everything else has already been shipped except the drone. Then they told me, oh, now you gotta wait till August 25th to be sent out. I say no, cancel it. That was June the 1st. I ordered it the same night through GearBest.com. I believe it's GearBest. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I ordered it on the 1st. On the 5th, it got shipped out to me. Now it's on its way. I already got confirmation and everything.
Cool.
So it should be here maybe by the end of this month. It should be here.
Which was the site that
15,
screwed
30
you?
days. Huh?
Which was the site that screwed you?
Banggood.
Banggood. Okay.
Yes.
They don't bang so good then, huh?
GearBest had it.
GearBest, yes, had it. No, and the thing is, they're two Chinese companies.
Right. Why couldn't they remedy the situation in a month's time, in a 30-day period?
Well, look at all the people with the Zinos when they ordered them. I mean, it was, 4 months or more it took before the first people got their drones.
Hey, Steven, matter of fact, remember?
Your worst.
Hey, Jim, remember when you had Marcus Crawford in here and I was talking to him about it?
Yeah.
He's still waiting for his.
Oh, he still hasn't gotten his yet?
Wait to me.
He didn't get his yet?
Nope.
Wow.
Isn't worth it.
And he said he ordered his like what, back in January or something like that?
Yep.
So it's even longer than me.
There you go, Ad. That's for sure.
That's right, Gary.
You're right, Gary.
Poor Jim. Jim is about to have a cow. Twins, triplets, quadruple. He's gonna be a 6-toplet.
No, you're just stuck in limbo, is what it is. It's a joke. It's beyond frustration. It is.
And the thing is, every time you talk about it, Jim, it sounds like you're about to hit a freaking high note and just start screaming.
Yeah, because you can prove the condition of the thing you sent in.
The proof is in the pudding, but guess what? That's not good enough for them. They don't give a damn.
No.
Obviously. So, tell you what, Jim, if you want to leave, go ahead and leave. We don't need you. We'll still hit the midnight.
You'll slam the door on the way out?
I'll slam the goddamn door on the way out.
Adrian, look who's here.
Where?
Nova.
Hey, is that Maggie?
That's Margie, yeah.
Yeah, she's using her other account.
Yeah.
Hey, Maggie, how you doing?
I was wondering who that was.
Margie on delay.
Yeah, she had like Margie on delay.
She's got like three accounts.
Yeah, she got like 3 or 4 different ones. She's using different phones.
She's crazy. The girl changes every day.
And
Chris Hope is here. Y'all better be careful.
Yep.
Chris Hope, you late for the party, man. We gotta go. You're late for the party, buddy.
Make sure there's no minors listening towards the last half, Chris.
Yeah, please don't. We talked about a whole bunch of different stuff, including pubic hair.
$600 pubic hair.
See what you missed, Chris?
Well, gentlemen, I'm out of here. So it was a pleasure. Jim, thank you. Adrian, Bryan, Joe, everybody in chat. I wish you all a pleasant rest of your evening. And for those of you on the way other side of the pond, a wonderful morning. Take care.
Bye. Good night.
Thanks for coming, guys. And on that note, I'm going to end the YouTube broadcast.
See you later.
Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you, Jim.